If you don't mind unmuting yourself, Linda, just so that I'm able to hear you back.
Yes, I can hear you fine, Paleki.
Perfect, thank you. And I have your permission to do your reading for you?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to start slowly because you do have a couple of people waiting. I want to jump right on the female side of the family. Very strong mothering pattern jumping in. If somebody's on a mom level, that can be mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. Now, when this lady's coming in, she starts tapping on the side of the head for me, which means she would have had a dementia or Alzheimer's, because there's almost a confusion going on in the brain, or there's almost a disconnect, like she wasn't able to speak properly or she wasn't able to communicate before she passed. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. There's another gentleman coming in with her, though, because I've got the two side by side with each other, because I got to go. There's another guy coming on the dad level. And again, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman starts coughing for me when he comes in, which means he was having a lot of breathing issues happening around him before he passes, because he shows me he wasn't able to breathe properly. But he's stepping over, which is normally where I'd put an uncle or like stepfather, father-in-law. It would be a gentleman who's sort of on the side, but not directly the father level, but he would be where we would consider or keep a dad. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Maybe a brother, because my twin brother passed and he was hard. He couldn't breathe very well, but
I don't know if I'm by him just yet. This would be an older gentleman that I'd almost want to keep our uncle. Where would Robert be connected to you?
Robert?
If they give me a name, it's their name or somebody in the family that they're trying to directly link into.
My brother.
Call him like Robbie or Bobby. Like it's almost like I would have the nickname for him, not just call him Rob.
Not Ronnie.
Oh, who would that one be?
That's my twin brother who passed in 2020.
Oh, okay. I think we might be trying to piggyback him in then, because the name patterns would be the same.
Yeah.
So, that's what we explained to people. I was trying to say earlier, guys, with the sounds in that, it's almost like we're playing charades. So the Robbie, Ronnie would be that similar sounding name pattern.
Yeah.
Now, when he comes in, though, he does do a click for me, which means his actual passing, he did drop quite quickly, because he shows me he's hanging out. But the actual death itself, it's almost like there's a 2-day window, or he only had 2 days for everybody to start sort of getting themselves together for his passing.
Mm-hmm. And he passed in the middle of the pandemic, so I was the only one who was allowed to see him, Paleki.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because the way that he's coming in, though, it's interesting because he's very friendly, but he does it because, how do I word this? And forgive me, guys, sometimes personal stuff does come up during readings, and it's not good or bad, again, if you don't want something on, but this is a safe group. But in this case, he's coming through, but it's almost like I go, he's very friendly, but he is friendly in the sense that it's almost like he feels like he's supposed to be. Like your mother would be disappointed if he's not. So he's almost like, I'm supposed to be nice. I've got to say hi to everybody, because he is naturally friendly, but you can almost see he's got a bit of a personality where he's a people pleaser, or he would come in because he goes, oh, everybody's waiting, I have to make sure I say hi.
Yes, that would be him. Very much a people pleaser.
Now, did he have the 3 children himself, or he looked after 3 that were like his kids? Because he shows me he left behind 3 he was very close with that would have been almost like children to him.
Yeah, so his nieces and nephews, like he had, well, my son and daughter, and then 5 other nieces and nephews, but they were like his own.
Oh, that makes sense. But there was 3 that were always around him, or 3 he would always hang around, because he's got this thing that he gets to visit them all the time, because they took the loss very hard, almost as if they had lost a dad, or if there was sort of like a significant loss to them like that as well.
Yeah. Well, he lived with us before he passed, my husband and I.
That makes sense. But I still want to jump back, though, because I still think there's another guy that would have had other lung issues as well, back on the fathering side. But again, this to me would be like uncle, father-in-law, stepfather. But it's definitely issues in the chest, or he could not breathe properly as well before he passed. And he's doing that, which means sick all over the body, because he shows me the whole system was worn down, or the whole system is kind of breaking down before he passed.
So that would have been my other brother who passed in 2011, and he was full of cancer, and he was my older brother. He was kind of the patriarch, David.
Did he almost act like a father, though? Like he had to tell you?
Yeah, he was the patriarch of the family.
Oh, that makes sense. Because the way he's presenting, he almost stands like where we would put a dad, or that is like expected of him to keep tabs. The way it comes in, it's almost like you don't have to worry about anything. I'll take care of it. If you got a problem, I'll deal with it. But I'm sorry, there was a significant age gap between you and him, or he always treated you like you were a child, even right up till he died.
Yeah.
Because he does where it's almost like his way is the correct way.
Yeah, he was very patriarchal, but there was only 2 years difference, Paleki.
Oh, it's funny though, because the way he acts with you, he literally almost does this thing that, how do I word this? No, because he was very blunt. He didn't even want people looking after him because he doesn't like the thought of upsetting people or people having to worry about him.
Yeah.
Because he's where he's like, I'm fine, don't worry about me. Because it's almost like he was trying to comfort other people so they didn't worry about him being sick.
That's true. And he was a physician by profession.
Oh, that makes sense why he's babying you. Okay,
yeah.
Because the way he does it, it's almost like, don't worry, I have this sorted out. You don't have to concern yourself over it. Yeah. But the problem with that, though, is he actually went into the more stubborn route in the sense that he was trying to take care of himself, even when he didn't have the energy to take care of himself.
Yeah, he could be stubborn, but he was always like well-intentioned.
Yes, but you can see he was also very well liked, though, because he says people still talk about him very easily.
Yeah.
But the brother with the heart, though, I have to go, oh my God, he was so friendly.
Yeah.
And he will chat with people, but again, worries about upsetting people. But him too, I go, oh, he just comes in the room and says hi, just wants to let everybody know he's okay with it. Now he does that though, which your brother who passed during the pandemic, he's doing this for me, which means even though you were the only one with him, he appreciates it because you stayed by his side, but you also told him that you would tell everybody else that he was okay and he passed safely. Because it's almost like you passed on stuff for him after the death and he wants to say thank you for doing that.
Yes, that's true. Perfect. Yeah, okay. And we looked after him. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Because like the way he comes in, it's almost, he is more of like a jokester kind of energy. But with your other brother, I go, oh no, he's very like down to business kind of thing. But they have all passed home safely, just so that you know, and they are all at peace on the other side. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Right. No, so they're thumbs upping, which means we'll jump on. Perfect. Thank you so much, honey. If you don't mind muting yourself again, and then I'll jump on.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, honey. Okay, and I am coming to, let me see here, Jocelyn. I'm getting pulled right towards you. So you're wearing a blue sweater and glasses. If you don't mind unmuting yourself there.
Hi.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Perfect. And do I have your permission to access your reading for you?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. But he's pulling he doesn't want to upset her. Older guy and a younger guy. Yeah, we'll do both. Yeah, whatever. Honey, you got time. We'll take our time. Let's start with her. I'm going to go slowly, though, because somebody is worrying about upsetting you because he's kind of bouncing the energy a little bit before we connect. And if they bounce the energy. Oh, sorry. I think we got feedback. Make sure, guys, please make sure everybody's microphones are off. So when they bounce the energy like that, actually him playing with it, it means that they don't want to upset you. But if they show me that they don't want to upset you, it also means that they don't tend to bring you a lot of signs or messages. So they're holding back so that they don't disrupt you. I'm going to go slowly with this one because I get to jump on the male side. Very strong fathering pattern jumping in as well. So again, this can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. He's more of an older pattern though. This to me would be grandfather, somebody almost like a grandfather though, but acting like a father energy, but he's tapping for me, which means a dementia or Alzheimer's for him because he does show me a confusion up in the brain, almost as if he couldn't communicate either before he died. But I want to put him on mom's side of the family or on the female side of the family.
Yeah, mom, grandfather.
Okay, I've got to go in. But then there's another lady coming in who would be on the mom level. I like your family. They're very friendly, but they're very private. What happens in the family stays in the family because it's almost like people are coming in, but they're very set about how they're coming in. There's another lady coming in that would be like a mom energy. So again, that's mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. This lady had this one, got to check it's her first, would have had a breast or a chest cancer because she shows me very sick across the chest area. But then she's doing that, which means it spreads into the body or it's going into the system.
My aunt would have had
but your aunt had the heart stuff though, correct?
Yeah.
I think there's a second one. Who would be the other lady like an aunt that would have had the cancer pattern? And are you one of two children, Jocelyn, or it's you and two others with you and your siblings?
We're two daughters.
No, it's definitely this lady would know, because I gotta go, it's like a mom energy, because it's definitely not the aunt, because when I ask about your aunt, she does a click for me, which means she would have had a quick passing or she had a quick drop. This lady would have been sick with the cancer for a while, because she's drawing it out for me, because she shows me almost like, now the aunt's also saying she never said goodbye properly, but this one would be definitely, like I said, we would put like an aunt or like stepmom, mother-in-law, but this would definitely have been a cancer pattern in through the chest. Where would Rebecca be connected to you?
Rebecca.
Yeah, again, it's if they give me the name, it's their name,
Yeah.
or something they're trying to connect to for you.
Rebecca. I'm not sure.
And then you have the 2 children yourself, correct, Jocelyn?
I have 3.
This lady would have known you when you only had 2, or she would have been connected when you only had the 2 of them. Okay. Oh, that would help me. That would help me. Sorry, hon, where's the nurse or the healthcare worker in the family? Because this lady knows the nurse, or she was connected through the nurse. This would be a nurse or healthcare worker pattern. I'm trying to figure out if it's on your side.
I have a cousin that works in medical field.
Grandfather after. I love your grandfather, but he's almost one of those types that's like, it's fine, let the others go first, I'll wait. Like, he's very polite in his energy, but the way he's stepping, I go, he's good. It's just we have to sort of get them linked in. Unless she's on the partner's side, we've got to be able to come through. On your partner's side of the family, hon, so this would be the dad of the kids. Do you know if he lost an aunt that would have had a breast cancer or a chest cancer, or there'd be a cancer on that side?
I'm not too sure. His family's in Holland, so.
Okay, if you ever get a chance, just double check, because technically that side of the family is also allowed to piggyback in, because they have a blood link through the children. So they're allowed to sort of step in or link in as well, okay? No, we'll stick with it. We'll go back to the aunt first, the one with the heart stuff, because she wants to chat, and then the grandfather. Now, I do like your grandfather, though, because as soon as he comes in, he starts guarding you, which means he would protect you, or he likes to look after you, because he's got this thing where it's almost like he's got to keep you safe. But he does that for me, hun, which means you don't feel like you said goodbye to him properly, or you didn't get the chance to wrap up everything with him the way that you wanted to. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He does tell me, though, people told him it was okay to go. They told him not to hang on, because he does say people told me it was okay because he's fine with that. But I'm sorry, but you were there with him, you left, and then you never made it back then.
We went to the hospital before.
Okay. But then he shows me you never got back in time, because you keep feeling like you never made it back, or you never got back in the way that you were trying to.
I was young when I went, yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, because he's doing this for me, though, which means he's okay with it, because he goes, I know you love me, don't worry about it. And I like that. Now, you named one of your sons after him then, because he shows me there's a name honoring. Actually, he says to me 2 people in the family share his name, or 2 have been honored in the family with his name.
I have a son, Remy, for him.
Okay. And who would be the other one connected to him then? Because he shows me there's the second one with the same name honoring passing on. Because this to me would almost be somebody sharing the middle name, or we're using it as the middle name.
My first child I was going to name, if I had a daughter, I was thinking of naming his, like my aunt, like within a name in the family, which I didn't. They don't have middle name. But I thought about naming my aunt's name as one of my children, but it ended up being a boy. I'm not sure if that's relation.
No, this feels like both of them would be honored for your grandfather. If you can, just double check in the family as well if somebody else has used it as well, because for him it's a very big honoring.
My sister was gonna give the middle name Remy.
Oh, okay, that's
but she didn't end up doing it.
Oh, that makes sense, and it means he knew about it, but he's just trying to say thank you to your sister as well for honoring it with that. If you can, just let her know that he says hi, because she had a hard time with the loss as well, and he just wants to piggyback to let her know that he's okay, and that he's watching over her as well, okay?
Yeah.
There, I like him. I like him. He's a hugger. He's thumbs upping. Very polite gentleman, though, because he goes, thank you for having me in your space. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Like, he's very nice in that sense. Now, I'm sorry, but I actually weirdly think, and this is the first time I've had this happen online, it's almost like 2 separate people are connected to the same death, or one person's trying to talk to 2 people at the same time. Okay. No, if we can figure out who's who. I think I'm going to say
my cousin is on here as well.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Your grandfather would have known her too, though, because it's almost like I gotta go like, oh, we gotta greet both, or it's like I go, two people are connected to the same death, because we have to make sure that, oh, sorry, I'm just letting them in. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so two people have the thing where two of them are connected to the same people, because he's got to make sure he honors everyone that's on here, because I got to link it across. But just before I bounce off of you guys, there is another gentleman coming on an equal level for you. And when somebody's equal level, that's brother, cousin, friend, partner, this guy would have died in an impact or a crash. This one would be a hit or an impact, but he's waving at you almost like he knows you, or he would know you through your sister. Okay.
We had friend that passes, like a lot of people that we knew passed away in the, like when we were younger and teens. So
okay,
we had a friend that died
like on your sister. Was there a Brian or a Brent, or it's a BR male name? Bradley. I apologize. The wrong name. He's correcting me. Okay. It's Brad or Bradley, because it's got that BR sounding in it. If you can just double check, but he's definitely would be connected with an impact or hit. And this would be a drunk driving accident, because I can smell alcohol around.
I know. It was Dennis. His name was Denny, and he was friends with me and my sister. And he.
Oh, okay. Do you know if he was connected though to a sorry, I got a bunch of people coming in. Do you know if he was connected to a Brad or a Bradley when he was alive? Because again, if they give me a name, it could be somebody else they're linking to, or he's trying to pass a message back onto somebody else.
I'm not sure. No.
Okay, if you can, just double check with your sister, because sometimes what they'll do is piggyback messages through you guys as a way to try and make sure they greet as many as possible, okay? All right, perfect. All right, lovely. So they are a thumbs upping then, which means they did touch on your group for you. Perfect. So thank you very much, hon. Perfect. And if you don't just mind, perfect. All right, and I'm getting called. I want to go to, let me see. I'm going down to Pascal down here. So Pascal, if you don't mind unmuting yourself here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Okay. And do I have your permission to do your reading for you?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Actually, your group is one of the ones that was right in the front. They're coming right to say hi. I'm gonna, you have a few. I want to go right on the female side, but this would be grandmother energy. This is an older pattern coming through. Now, when she comes in, she starts coughing for me, which means she was having a lot of breathing issues happening around her before she passes. But it's almost like there's a fluid in the lungs or a liquid in the lungs, because she shows me she's not able to catch her breath properly.
Okay.
Go through. This would be on your dad's side of the family. She's on the male side, or she's putting herself on the male side of the family.
Okay, trying to think.
Okay, because it's almost, I want to go, there's two of them side by side, almost like I would want to go like grandmother and great aunt, because you almost have the two of them sitting next to each other side by side with each other. Oh, that helps. Yes, let's do it that way. Who's the grandmom energy, hon, that had all the cancer? Because she keeps doing this for me, which means it would have been a cancer pattern or a issue like that in through the chest area, but spread throughout the system.
My biological grandmother.
Okay.
My mom is adopted, but her.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why I think we're mixing you over. You got two, then we would have the adoptive family and the biological side. Okay, but I want to jump back. But then you would have lost your adoptive grandmother as well, and then she's the one that would have had the dementia or Alzheimer's, correct?
Her husband had a dementia.
No, I'm not by the men yet. This would be on the female side. No, go through, but let's keep the family separate from each other then. Let's go with the one that, see, they know them all. That's the problem. Yeah. Roberta. Yeah. Okay, that's birth family then. No, that would definitely be that's a stroke or an aneurysm. This lady would have been sick in the brain, and then she would have passed from a pop in the brain, or there's a stroke or an aneurysm. That's the thing that finally takes her, because I go, and I drop quick because the brain gives out. Because she's definitely coming through with issues in the brain or problems in the brain, but it almost like I want to go, they're coming in together. Do you know on your mom's birth family, if you lost a great aunt as well, that would have had issues in the brain? Because this is definitely a sickness in the brain, and then it accumulates with like a bleed in the brain, or like a pop or an aneurysm kind of thing as the way she passes.
My my grandmother, like the one who adopted my mom, had a stroke. But
oh, that'd be. Do you know though if the only way it would be playing with the brain like that though is that I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get your side cleared out because I think we have a lot waiting. With your grandmom, she must have had one before then that was affecting her speech, and then there's a second one or another one on top of it. Because it's almost like I want to go, there's definitely the pop in the brain, which would be your grandmother then. But there was something going on in the brain before she has the stroke the way she shows it to me. Mm-hmm. Oh, that helps. That's gonna. I still think we got 2 groups. Yeah, that's grandmom. Okay. But then who would be the other one? There's a Cancer. There's a lady, definitely another lady that would be almost like an aunt or somebody like an aunt to her. Yes. Yeah. No, we're definitely not by her grandfather yet. Definitely not on that side yet. The men in your family are very stubborn. I go, when they get a chance to talk, they will talk, no problem. I go, no, we're by the female right now. We'll jump over onto the men's side after. Yeah. Okay, everybody stop. Clear. No. I appreciate that, but I think we have too many talking to me from both sides. Okay, birth family. Everybody stop. Birth family. Okay, that's my chest. I can't breathe properly. Okay. Then there would be another lady connected to her as well that would have had a Cancer. That to me would almost be like the great aunt or somebody over like an aunt. Okay, you're fine. And that's my Roberta. Okay, you're good. Then I'm going to jump on the adoptive side. That's the grandmom that had the pop in the brain. No, there's definitely 3 ladies talking. That's why I'm mixing them over each other. On your birth side of the family, your mom's birth side of the family, do you know if she lost her other grandmom and she would have had like a dementia or Alzheimer's or like, because it's definitely sickness in the brain that would have taken a while before she passed.
Her dad, but it's not a.
No, it definitely wouldn't be a male yet. This would be on the females first. Mm-hmm. Okay, don't worry about it. It's being recorded. Just keep track, and it's just with yours. There's a couple bouncing in. So I want to move on to the male side for you, but just like I say, keep track and get the recording after, and maybe just double check with your mom because it could be somebody she would know that you're not directly linked to straight away, okay? There we go. Now I'll go right on the male side. When I go back to the grandfather energy, that's definitely a dementia or Alzheimer's because it shows me a confusion in the brain before he passes. Now he draws it out for me, which means he'd been sick for a while before he died because he shows me he's struggling back and forth with it. But he had a nice passing because he just goes like that, which means he goes to sleep and doesn't wake back up because he's got a sort of like a gentle passing. But I'm sorry, hon, you guys were connected to the birth family or you know the birth family because it's almost like they're greeting you as well. Like, oh, you know them, you found us later in life kind of thing like that. Because the way they're greeting is like, oh, they know you just like the adoptive family and they all want to make sure they say hi to you. Mm-hmm. Then I jump back. There's a gentleman like a father coming in as well for you. Somebody on the father level. If somebody's on a dad level, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman starts coughing as well, which means a lot of breathing issues happening around him. And it's almost like definitely one of the lungs is sick. But this gentleman would have got sick because of smoking or he was a very heavy smoker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, leave them. No, honey, you're giving her the details. We just got to make sure she knows who she's talking to. Yes, but the grandfather's the kind of person who wants to help everybody. I like your granddad, but he's the kind of man who would want to help everybody when he was alive. And if you guys have a link, he goes, let them in and let them in. That's what I meant when I said your group was one of the ones in front that was pushing. I go, oh, your family's getting their messages in come hell or high water. So, and I apologize because normally in an actual full-length reading, we would have the time to be able to sort of figure out who's who or help you put the details together, just so that you know they are coming in, but it's definitely from both ends. So make sure when you're checking the validations after, you also check the birth family, just because like I said, they seem side by side, and both grandmoms are making a point that both sides are equally respected, which means you have a connection to both and you'd be able to track down both sides. Now your grandfather does that though, which means people told him it was okay to go, but he says you don't feel like you got to share everything with him the way that you wanted to, because he says you spoke to him after he passed and he wants to let you know that he heard you and that he appreciates it. Okay. And I know this is weird, hon. Do you have a collection of ornaments for the Christmas tree for multiple people that have died? Because they keep showing me multiple people on the Christmas tree at the same time.
Probably, yes.
If you can, just check with your mom again, because they're doing that, which means they know you're going to pass on the messages for her, okay? Okay, there's thumbs up for me. Okay, so they are thumbs upping then, hun, which means they did touch on your group for you, okay?
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for coming. All right, perfect. And I am going to, let me have a look here. Okay, I am drawn to Norma. Okay, I'm coming to you, Norma. Let me see here. Okay, and how do I unmute you? Okay, hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. I'm right by you. Okay, so I'm going to jump right across. Actually, we're jumping straight in, and I just got to check. Do we have your permission, Norma, to access your group for you?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. I'm going, whoa, this is straight up. I'm going right on the female side for you. Very strong mothering energy coming in. If somebody's on the mom level, that can be mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. She starts coughing straight away, which means lots of breathing issues. But she's definitely doing this, which means sick all over the body or the whole system's wearing down. But it's almost like she got sick, felt like she was getting better, then got sick and just dropped straight down.
Yes, my aunt.
Okay. I like her though, but she acts like a mom to you though, because she acts like she
was a second mother.
Oh, okay. Because the way she comes in, she brings you food like she has to feed you or make sure that you looked after. Because I go, oh, I can just show up at her house and just help myself to whatever.
Yes.
Now I like her. Now, unfortunately, she draws it out for me, which again means she had been sick for a while before she passed. But she's doing that, which means it's almost like, how do I word it? She either it was like business as usual. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to hold back, or just going to kind of keep going because she doesn't act like she's sick. Even when she's supposed to be resting, she's like, I don't have time for that. I've got things to do.
Yes, that was her.
Because she's very friendly. She's lovely. It's just honestly not in a rude way. I go, all the females in your family tend to have this thing that you have to hold everything together. You have to sort everything out. You have to fix everything. And then as well, you're not allowed to stress about it while you're doing it.
Yes.
Because very set. Now she's telling me that there was 2 people that looked after her, or 2 of you that kept a watch on her when she was sick, because she says she had people with her the whole time keeping tabs on her.
Yes.
Because there was 2 females. She keeps saying those 2 females that were watching over her because she's very grateful about that.
So that would have been probably my other aunt and my mother.
Yes, because there's definitely the 2 that are coming in. But she taps you as well, though, hon, which means you got to visit with her, or you got to see her as well, because she's very happy about that.
Not before she died. She died suddenly.
Nope, she's tapping and saying, though, that she saw you before she would have passed, because she goes, I know she loved me. She doesn't have to worry about it. Because she's very blunt.
Long.
Pardon?
I seen her not long ago before she died, but not. And she died
that makes, I still think there's a thing with it, because she's not worried about the fact that you weren't physically there, because the way she shows it to me, she goes, no, we're good. I can talk to her if she needs. She can come over for coffee. I can give her a call. Like, she's got a very casual relationship with you, which means she doesn't feel there was any big unresolved issues with her before she passed.
No, there wasn't.
Because she's very happy about that, because she keeps tapping. Now, hun, are you one of 3 kids, or it's you and 3 others? Because she feels like she had to mother 3 of you.
I have 3 sisters and a brother.
Okay. Were there 3 of you that she looked after more than the other 2, though? Because it's almost like there's 3 of you that she's got this thing. She's got to keep a tab on all 3 of you.
Probably 3 that she was closer to, yes.
Because she's very protective, and I like her. She doesn't pick favorites, but she goes, oh, no, these 3. And the thing that I like, too, is she's got one of these energies. She can be very blunt. So if she wants to say something, she says it without a filter, but she's not mean.
Yes, that would be her.
Yeah, because I like her. I go, she's right to the point. Now, I do want to jump back across a very strong fathering energy coming in as well. When somebody's on a dad level, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman would have had a heart attack or heart failure, because he shows me very quick in the chest, and he does a click, which means very quick passing.
So that might have probably been my mom's boyfriend, which was, I guess, a stepdad.
Did he help raise you, though? Because he acts like your dad as well, though, the way he comes in.
Well, we were older. We were adults, but he was with my mother for a long time.
Okay. And forgive me if this is private. Was he the one with the drinking problem, or your birth father was the one with the drinking issues?
He drank, yes.
Okay. No, it's definitely by him, because the way he's coming in, he needs to greet you, because he says he never got a chance to say goodbye properly. And he just wants to make sure that he gets to say hi to you to let you know that he's passed home.
Okay.
You and him were friendly towards each other, but not overly friendly though, because it's like he waves at you, but he wouldn't expect you to call him and chat with him and tell him about your day.
No.
Okay. There's a second lady coming in, and I apologize. I've got a couple bouncing there. I feel actually, though, to go back to the men, there's definitely somebody who would be like a father-in-law or an uncle, and that's not the mom's boyfriend. There'd be another.
Oh, that would be, yes, my uncle, probably. Yes, he died of a heart attack.
Oh, that's him. That's the one. He's the one. He's very friendly, because as soon as I sit with your uncle, I go, oh, he'll just start chatting straight away, because he does that, which means you and him were also on good terms, but he didn't get to see you as much as he wanted to.
No, he lived in Ontario.
Oh, okay. But he shows me, and forgive me if this sounds graphic, he shows me a pop in the chest, which means the heart basically would have exploded, or the heart basically gives out, because there's no way to save him. Because I go, oh no, he would have been gone before anybody even realized what was happening. The way he shows me his drop happened.
Yeah, he died of a massive heart attack.
Yeah, because he's fine. I go, oh, I like his energy. That's good there. Let's piggyback. There's a younger female as well, though, but that would be somebody lost her as a baby. Yeah, this is like late term miscarriage or just right after she's born. Okay.
My sister died as a baby.
Oh, okay. Because I got to bring your sister in too. Because I got to go. She's stepping in, but she's honoring like that though, and she's actually doing the name honoring as well. Somebody's reused her name when they had their own babies. She shows me her name was passed on for her.
Maybe.
Okay, if you can check, because like I said, it's definitely the younger one, because she's not, she shows me the physical body wasn't working properly, it's not functioning properly, and then she does a drop, which means would have been a quick passing for her when she finally drops.
Yes, she was a baby, 6 weeks old, I think.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I'm sorry, was she premature, or she was just small for her age? Or like small for her size? Because shows me she's quite little when you're holding her, rocking her.
No, because she was born before me.
Okay. If you can just maybe double check that, because she gives me the feeling it's almost like the way she's showing it to me is I go, she's okay now, she's at peace, but it would almost be like I say, this quick drop in the way that she goes. But it's definitely her lungs aren't functioning properly, because I almost feel like she's not catching her breath properly. But she just wants to let you know that she's also at peace and she's made it home safely, okay?
Yeah, I think she died a crib death.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. The way that she shows that one to me. Okay.
I think it was her heart.
Just check too, though, because I want to come back, because there's almost a suffocation in that, which means if it is the heart,
that was my other sister. She died of something with her lungs. She died.
So she died as a baby as well then, correct?
No, she was an adult.
I think we're bringing both of them in at the same time then. No, because this would definitely be the one with the lungs. No, because she's not being ignored. Oh, that's her. That's the one. That's the one.
Yes.
Because I want to bring it in, because it's almost like she's looking after the other sister. It's almost like I go, oh, they're piggybacking with each other. But it's definitely like the lungs. But when she comes in, I know this is really weird. It's almost like a severe asthma attack, or it's like a severe constriction in the lungs, because she goes, and I'm gone, but I'm not expecting to pass when I pass, but I dropped and I didn't suffer, because she's very blunt about that, because she needs to let you know that she's okay.
Yeah, she died of an asthma attack.
Oh, okay. But she's very chatty though, once I get her going. And I go, oh, she'll just tell me anything, like not in a rude way. She's a little bit gossipy, but she doesn't consider herself gossipy.
Yeah,
because it's almost like she goes, she's like, oh, I'll tell you stuff, but I'm just telling you so that you know. It's not like it's anything bad. But she's just giving you a kiss. And I know this is weird, who has the Christmas birthday, or the birthday that would be right around Christmas?
My birthday's December the 7th.
Oh, okay. It's yours. It's yours, because she's got to honor the Christmas one. That it's almost like we want to honor a birthday in December. We're honoring the December birthday, because it's her way to let you know that she's still with you and she's watching over you. Okay.
Yes.
There. Perfect. Lovely. So they are thumbs up in that, hun, which means we have touched on your family. So thank you very much. And if you don't mind muting yourself, and then we will move on.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Let me click here. Okay. So I am jumping back. There is I'm sorry, I'm getting pulled between two. I'm going to start. Okay. I will try and make time for as many of you as I can, I promise. Sarah. Okay, I'm coming back. Sarah, there is a Sarah, and I'll just wait for you to unmute there. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Perfect, thank you. And do I have your permission to touch on your family for you?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Actually, you have a mothering energy too. I want to jump right in the female side. Very strong mothering pattern coming through. Now, again, that can be mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like mom. When she's coming and she does that for me, which means sick all over the body, because she shows me the whole system was wearing itself down before she passed.
Yes, that's my grandma.
Okay. She acts like a mom too, though, because she says she helped raise you. It's almost like she looks after you. Because
she was my second mother. Yeah, she was really.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I know this sounds weird. Did you have to go to her for like your mom wasn't home, so you had to go like lunch or something, or your mom's not home?
Yeah,
it's almost like she has to feed you when your mom's not around.
Yeah, she took care of us when my mom had to work. Because
I love the way she does it though, but it's almost like she does this thing where, how do I word it? She's got a very funny sense of humor because she's got a very dry sense of humor. Because she almost acts like she's got to keep tabs on how much you guys are eating. Because she goes, look, I've got to feed them. I've got to make sure their mom knows how well I'm looking after them. Like she's almost joking with you the way she does it, which means the two of you would have had a very kind of friendly relationship with each other. Yeah. That it's almost like we'll just joke back and forth. But how do I word it? No, it's the way she does it. It's so, no. The way she's presenting it, it's almost like, this is gonna sound really weird. Was there a joke that you weren't, or something in the family you weren't allowed to eat something, but she would let you eat it, but you weren't allowed to tell your mom?
I don't remember. No, I don't know.
Because the way she starts laughing, I go, oh, she's awesome. I love her energy. But she's got a nice bright blue around her, which means you and her were on good terms as well before she passed. Because she's happy with that, because she shows me a nice energy. No, it'll almost be... Okay. Unless that's with you. No, it's almost what I would see if somebody's like on a diet, or like if they're diabetic or something and they're not meant to eat candy, but they'll sneak the candy. But they go, I haven't really been sneaking the candy. Like it's something about the eating, or she's laughing about the way somebody eats. And I don't know what she means.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Okay, just keep track, because it could be somebody in the family now, but that's normally what I'd see if somebody's either on a diet or like they're diabetic and they have like a special thing, but they're actually sneaking stuff they're not meant to be sneaking, because she starts laughing about it. And it's almost like she wouldn't mention it if she knew it, but she goes, oh, I'll keep track of that for later if I need it. Like the way she jokes about it,
she would sneak sweets, but not.
Might be her then. Was there a thing though she wasn't supposed to be eating as many sweets and she was eating them, or she kept telling people she wasn't eating sweets but she was eating them?
Well, she was, the one thing she really loved was sweets, and we had to, give her so much because she could sit there and like eat a plate of brownies. So.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. That's where the joke is, because it's almost like she would eat it but pretend she hadn't eaten it and be like, no, I haven't had it. I don't know what you're talking about.
She had Alzheimer's and she would forget that she would eat.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
He would tell people, I didn't eat today. I forgot to eat.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Because it's almost like she would get people to give her food or give her candy.
She would tell people would come over and she would say, oh, I haven't had coffee, or I haven't had anything to eat today. And they're like, oh, well, let's get you a snack one.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Hadn't been eating all day. So.
She starts laughing like it's so funny to her.
Yeah,
and I go,
it was really funny.
I know that sounds weird, but we pay attention to everything they do when they deliver messages. And if she's bringing that, it means she was actually very happy when she was sick, because people were watching over her, because everyone was worried about her struggling. And that would almost be her way to be like, no, enough people were there. They would bring me candy. They would help me have stuff. Yeah. Because the way she jokes about it, but it's almost like I'll hide a wrapper and then I'll be like, but you candy, and she's like, that's not mine. Like she would swear up and down it's not hers, that she doesn't know where but I like it. But if she's saying it to you, it means you were one of the ones who helped watch over her, help keep track of her, and she just wants to say thank you for doing that, because it means a lot to her that you did that. That's good there. Perfect. I like her. It's weird. It's almost like she's one of your more significant losses because she doesn't let anybody else in. I go, nope, it's hers. She wants to make sure she says hi to you because she wants to make sure that you know that she's at peace and that she's happy because she's very sad and she gives you a kiss down. Now she smells like lilac flowers, which means she would have liked lilac. So there's a thing about the lilac because she says when you smell the lilacs, that's her way of saying hi to you. But she also sends you the butterflies. She keeps saying that she's sending you butterflies all the time because you'll say hi to her when you actually see them.
And she does all the time.
Yeah. Now she's tapping my tattoos. I've got the butterflies here. Who did a butterfly tattoo for her? Who was going to do the butterfly tattoo?
Nothing about not a butterfly tattoo.
It's down because she's tapping mine. If you can check in the family, if somebody else had thought of the butterfly tattoo, or I'm sure it's for honoring for her, but it could be different pattern. But it's butterfly tattoo because she says she has to say she likes the butterfly tattoo.
Okay.
Yep. She was a very nice hugger. Like I love her. She's a hugger because she makes the point to hug. But it's weird though. How do I word this? And you're fine if I say anything I need to say, right?
Yeah.
It's almost when I'm going in to visit her, she doesn't recognize you, but she strokes your face almost like she's trying to remember who you are. Because it's almost like I go, I'll touch your face. Like she's trying to touch your face when she's sitting next to you.
Yeah, well, I took care of her until the late stages of her having Alzheimer's. And she was at the point she didn't know anybody.
Yes, because you can definitely tell. But what was the thing about her touching your face or you would touch her face? Because it's almost like
she would always touch her face and say, "You're a good one."
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Because before she goes, she's just touching your face like this.
She'd say, "You're a good one." Tap your face.
Oh, okay. It's her way of
letting you know that. She would do that to my son.
Oh, okay. That's why. If you can, let your son know she's watching over him as well. But it's just her way before she goes to let you know she's still with you because she keeps touching your face and she keeps saying that we have to reference it. She's got her hand on your face. Okay.
Okay.
And she was a heavy smoker at one point as well, though.
Yeah, when she was years ago.
And what's the joke that you smoked, but then you were meant to quit, but then you hadn't quit?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, there'd be a female in the family that's still alive that would have been the smoker that was supposed to have quit smoking, but then she went back to smoking.
My mother.
Oh, if you can, check with your mom, because it's almost like I love your grand, but she's finger wagging. Like your mom stresses herself and then she doesn't ask for help because she keeps going, she'll smoke if she's stressed and she won't ask for help. So it's just your grand's way to let your mom know she's keeping an eye on her as well, okay?
Yeah.
Now you're good. Thank you, my friend, as well. Safe journeys. She's very religious. This is going to sound weird. So she was religious, but she didn't practice though.
Well, yeah, she was religious, but she couldn't go to church anymore physically.
Oh, because she does the cross for you. Like she does the cross when she's stepping out. But it's almost like I go, but she's not practicing because she goes, I have to make sure I say that to her so that she knows. Because she's finger wagging at you, which means you haven't been praying lately or you haven't been saying your prayers lately. Because she's laughing about it, that she's got to pick on that with you. Thank you for coming, Eddie. I appreciate that. You too. Safe journeys. You too. All right. Perfect. So your group set back. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, hon. All right. And I am being called to I believe it is Cher. I believe it is. Cher Lebec. Hello?
Yes.
Okay,
Hi.
perfect. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Cher? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. And do I have your permission to access your group for you?
Yes, please.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to go slowly because you actually have a double grouping again. I'm going to jump actually male side first. Okay. I'm going to jump right on the male side for you. Very strong fathering pattern coming in. If somebody's on a dad level, again, that's father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman would have been very sick before he passed because he starts coughing for me as well, which means a lot of breathing issues happening around him before he died.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Eddie? Is there an Eddie or an Addie connected to you?
Eddie, that would be my grandfather.
And
Edward.
he's still with okay, that would be him. And he's passed, correct?
Yes.
Do you know if he was having a lot of breathing issues happening around him before he died? Because this one's showing me sick all over the body before he goes.
He passed before I was born, but I think he was very ill.
Oh, okay. That would definitely be him coming in. But there would be another, there's a younger guy in a crash as well, because we got two piggybacking in, because we got side-by-side patterns, because I got to go, there's a younger guy coming on a lower level. When somebody's lower level, that's child or almost somebody like a child to you, because I got to go, this one would have passed in an impact or a crash very quickly, because he says he never got to say goodbye properly.
Okay.
Yeah. Alan. Where would Alan be connected to, hun? It would definitely be Al or Alan. We would call him Al, but that name would be Alain. And he's saying Alain, which means he would have been French or he would have spoken French when he was alive.
I'm not sure.
Okay, go back through. No, bring them in, because I know we got our group. We just have to make sure we get them all in. There'd be another guy on an equal level, though, too, which would be brother, cousin, friend, partner, because there's another guy coming in. No, there's definitely a crash or an impact connected to her. Yeah. Okay. Younger guy. And you have the two children yourself, correct, Cher?
I have one daughter.
There should be, because there should be the two kids linked next to you or connected to you, because this guy would have been connected to one of the kids.
Right. Yep.
Okay. And do you understand that one of the kids having a friend that died in a crash or an impact?
Yes, my daughter.
Okay. Oh, okay, because he's coming in, because it's almost like he's got to greet, because he's got to go through you to get a message back to her to let you know that he's okay. But there's a gentleman on an equal level as well. So when somebody's equal level, again, that's brother, cousin, friend, partner. This guy would have been very sick. This would definitely be a cancer pattern or a sickness in the rhythm, because he shows me sick all over. And he's giving you a kiss on the side of the head, which means he's very close to you, because he has to make sure he says hello.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now that one was your partner then, correct?
Yes.
Because he keeps coming in. But I know this is really, and you're fine if I say what I need to say, right?
Absolutely.
He has a very weird sense of humor, because he's almost telling you to get out the screen so he can get in. He goes, it's my turn, get out the way, it's my turn. Like, because he's almost joking with you the way he does it, because you can see when he's worried about something or he doesn't want to upset somebody, he would make a joke out of it, or he would almost downplay it so that people don't worry about it, and then he'll change the topic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What's the joke, though, when you were video chatting with somebody, he would always try step in, or he always cuts in, because it's almost like he goes, move, I'm talking now, I've got to start talking, because it's almost like you lose the conversation as soon as he steps next to you.
I'm not sure.
No, he's got I love this dude. He's got the best sense of humor. Yeah. No, it's the way that he jokes with you. I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it in a rude way, but I go, oh, he could be very frustrating, because you can see he doesn't listen when he gets in a mood. And I go, he's very protective of you. He's very, very guarded around you. And he does that for me, which means he just goes to sleep and doesn't wake back up, because he's very, very peaceful when he passes. Because I go, that's a good sign. That's what we want to see. No, it's the way, it's almost like, forgive me, this might be a little bit private, but he does want to bring it up so that you know it is him coming through for you. Let's just say it. We'll just filter. We're going to say, you've been sad lately again, and you're overthinking everything, and you kind of got yourself stuck in a bit of a funk, and it's just, he's almost joking with you, because he wants to sort of liven the mood, because he says you always tend to struggle at Christmas, or you always tend to have a hard time at Christmas.
Yeah.
Because he's very protective over you. And I go, and I'm going to say this, and for you, like, again, I don't want to upset you when I say this, but he definitely acts like you would have lost your soulmate, or you would have felt like you lost your soulmate when he passed. Because the way he comes back, and I go, oh, he loves you just as strongly back. Like, he's just as protective over you back, because he just wants to let you know that he's okay, and he's still watching over you guys, okay?
Yes.
I like him. He's a very, how do I word it? No, it's his, you can see why people liked him so easily. I go, oh my God, he's super nice to chat with, because him and I are just having a little side conversation, and we're just going to sit down and have a beer, because I go, very, very nice. Okay. It's, I adore people like you, but you cannot fit that much into 5 minutes, love you. I don't have the skill for that. Yeah. With him, yes, because he doesn't feel like, yeah. Because it's interesting with him. He shows me that his eyes were open before he passed, but he wasn't able to speak properly. Because it's almost like he doesn't feel like he said everything he wanted. But he's heart tapping, which means you told him you were going to be fine before he passed. So he wants to let you know that he's watching over you, but that he wants to say he loves you again because he, excuse me, excuse me, if they get a little too close, I take on their symptoms. Excuse me. Because he's kissing your hand, which means you would have been holding his hand, and it's almost like you're kissing the hand for him while you're sitting there talking to him, because he keeps showing me that. And then he shows me that you gave him a kiss after he passes. Oh, on the head and on the lips, because he goes, she gave me a kiss goodbye after, but you were holding the hand, but like this, but not squeezing, because you were worried that he was going to be in pain. And he says he wants to let you know that he's made it home peacefully and he's safe. And I know this is weird. Did you guys lose a Dalmatian, or somebody lost a dog that would have been like the black and white spotty, almost like a Dalmatian? Because he says he's got the black and white dog there with him.
Not a black and white dog. I don't remember anyway.
Okay, if you can double check, because I don't know dogs very well, but I know that type. And it's definitely a Dalmatian or something that looks almost like a Dalmatian.
Okay.
But I want to say the names like Ruby, Rudy, Rougie, something like that. Like but it's definitely would look to me almost like a Dalmatian. But if you can check on his side of the family, if you can't figure it out, because it just might be somebody linked on his side and he wants to let them know the dog's okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, perfect. No, I love him. He's good. And he's giving kisses down, and he keeps I know this is weird, but you guys were very flirty with each other your whole relationship, because he gives you a kiss on the side of the head and he gets very like flirty with you the way he does it. And I go, it's just his way to let you know that he'll always be with you and that he's doing that, which means your daughter's doing okay, so you don't have to worry about her, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Do you have a stepson as well, or a younger male that you look over almost like a son?
No, a stepdaughter.
The only way it would be a stepdaughter is if she's very stubborn energies. Like the two girls would have to be complete opposite personalities if I'm seeing like a one-on-one. Because it's almost like he wants to greet both kids to let them know that he's made it home safely.
Okay.
There. Perfect. Let's pick you back through. Azo, thank you for coming, buddy. Azo. I like him. He's a handshaker because he makes sure he shakes and says thanks for letting him in. Azo. And he's giving kisses and goes, tell her I love her, tell her I love her.
Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, hon. Perfect. If you don't mind muting again.
Yep.
All right. And let me see. Now I am bouncing. Let me scroll through. I don't want to miss anybody on this side. All right. I want to go to, and I think it is, I'm going to say Nisa Kennedy, is it? I believe. Nisa, perfect. Okay. Can I mute? Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Perfect. Okay. And I'm sorry, is it Nisa or Nisa?
Nisa.
Nisa, okay, perfect. And do I have your permission to access your family for you, Nisa?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. Oh, there's actually two guys waiting right off the bat. I'm going to start slowly because you have somebody that I don't want to miss. There is a gentleman straight away coming on an equal level. Again, that could be brother, cousin, friend, partner. This gentleman would have passed from a suicide or overdose pattern because he's got a lot of drugs in the system before he died, because he shows me it's definitely like a shutdown, but it would have been almost like if it's a overdose, it would have been like I just took too much and overdosed, but it's definitely drugs connected or drugs linked to him, which causes the passing. Yeah. Where would Andy or Andrew be connected to, hon?
Andy.
Yeah. No, let him come in. Give the messages. He seems very specific. I feel like this guy, if it's not for her, it would have been like a super good friend that would have lost like the brother or something, because we'd go, oh yeah, it's him. We got to like jump across because we want to make sure we talk to him. He knows her. He definitely knows her. You would have had addiction patterns. I definitely want to go Andy, Andrew, but you wait there and then I'll jump back. Yeah, perfect. I'm going to come back to him after, hon, because I'm sure he's still got something to say there. I don't want to mix him over, but I do want to jump on the female side. Very strong mothering pattern coming in. If somebody's on the mom level, that can be mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. This lady would have had trouble in the heart or issues in the heart before she passes, because she shows me the heart's giving out and then it just drops.
Yeah, my godmother passed away like a year ago.
Okay. And she's the one that had the very big laugh, though. She had a very loud laugh.
No, she was very quiet and
I think there might be a second one coming in then, which is the godmother. Okay. Is your mom's side of the family where the First Nations is, or your dad's side is where the First Nations connection is?
both sides, but more on my dad's side.
Okay, I think we might be by your dad's side then, because there's definitely, it feels to me like a grandmother or an older lady, but she'd be on dad's side of the family, very sick before she passed, because she starts coughing for me, which means a lot of breathing issues happening around her before she died. Because this to me would definitely be like a fluid in the lungs or a liquid in the lungs, but I don't feel like it's your godmother, because this lady would have had a very loud laugh. And I almost want to go, I don't want to say alcoholic, but she would like her drinks because she likes laughing when she's been drinking with people at the table.
Okay. My great aunt on my dad's side, she recently passed away, and that's like how they would all sit around a table and they would drink and play Ramoli or something.
Oh, yes. Okay. Because like I said, when we're sitting around drinking, she's very loud and they all start laughing because she gets very loud. Mm-hmm. She's the one that's stepping in. I don't feel like I said that we're by your godmother yet. No, because the godmother's more the type she'll hang out in the background, like you mentioned, like she's more the reserved one. And I go, she'll speak if I speak to her. Like if I address her, she'll definitely step in. And sorry, guys, I just want to make sure somebody is not in the waiting room. What am I doing here? Okay, no, I think we're good. No, okay. Yes, no, the way that she comes in for you is she's showing me the pattern of almost like your godmother. I go, oh, no, she'll chat with you if you need, but it's almost like she's very private. She takes a while to warm up with everybody. On the other hand, your great aunt, I go, oh, I don't even know her, and I'm going to sit at the table and we're just going to have a drink and start laughing. She's very like outgoing. She's very, very chatty. But she's nodding at me that they know the gentleman who overdosed, or he would be connected to somebody in that side of the family or linked in through the community that way. Because I go, it's definitely a younger gentleman that would have had drug issues or drug problems before he passed.
Yeah, now that you're talking about that, I think I know what the connection is.
Because he definitely would have known your family, because he's nodding like people in your family knew him when he died.
Yeah, it's confusing because it's like I have three different families because I have two. And so they're a part of one family that I don't necessarily talk to so much. So
that's okay. As long as you had a link to them, they're still allowed to come in. But you understand the reference with the gentleman that would have had the drug problems then.
Yeah.
Because he just wants to make sure he gets to say hi. And the thing is, I'm sorry, but how do I word this nicely? They drank a lot when they sat around the table. Because when we're sitting, I go, everybody just kind of brings a bottle and we're just going to start sharing stuff around. Because I go, I absolutely love her. But it's not like I would go, ooh, they're all drinking. I would go, oh, they had so much fun. Like I always love when they would get in. But she shows me that it's sort of like people would taper out. And then you would just have the few that are sitting there like late into the night talking, chatting. Oh, I love it. But the back door is open because we can go out in the backyard for a smoke. Then we just come back to the table because she's got such a happy energy. And she just wants to let you know that they have passed home safely and they're at peace. Okay. That's good there. You have a mom energy coming in as well, though. There's another lady like a mom coming in, and I have to go Brenda. Breen. Okay. Now, is that English or we're trying to pronounce it in different languages? It sounds to me almost like a Brenda, because I got to go like da. And is there a Brenda connected to you guys, or a name that would sound almost like a Brenda? Because you'll definitely be coming in, and I'm trying to figure out, again, what you've mentioned, you had a couple of families. They could be piggybacking in from multiple sources. So again, just keep track of it. But if you can double check after, because like I said, it's definitely another lady coming in, but she would have had cancer before she died, because it definitely would have been to me an ovarian or like a stomach cancer, because to me it's a lower cancer pattern. And she draws it out, which means they would have taken out, or she would have had like the hysterectomy, but it wouldn't have made a difference because it would have still spread into the system at a later date. I want to go Brenda. I don't think it would be like a Brianna, but like, oh yes, that helps me. That helps me. I love your great aunt because she goes, "You're overthinking it. Stop worrying. It's in the family. Tell her your mom will know." Like, it's almost like I go, "Oh, just pass it on. They're gonna know." Because she shows me that you guys are actually from a very big family once we start adding everyone in. Because she shows me it's almost like we're extended. And I know it sounds weird. You mentioned other families, but it's almost like your main family was two big families joined together anyway. Because I go, oh yeah, we have all of them back and forth with each other. So just double check. But it definitely, she would have been on the lower level, which is where we would keep aunt or somebody almost like on that mom level, not the grandmother or somebody up like that. Okay. Let's get there. Perfect. Let's go from there. Awesome. Thank you. So they are nodding then, honey, which means we did touch on what they wanted. So they are going to step themselves back then.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye now. And I am looking at Andrea. Okay. I'm seeing Andrea. Oh.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Perfect. And do I have your permission to access your family for you?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Actually, you got double parent patterns coming through, so I'm going to do it slowly. I want to jump right in the male side of the family. Very strong fathering energy coming in. Again, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman also would have been very sick before he passed. He does that for me, which means sick all over the body or sick throughout the system, because he shows me he's very weak before he dies, because it's almost he's having trouble sitting up.
My dad.
Okay. And your dad's the one that would have had all the cancer then, correct?
No.
It's almost like he would have had two sicknesses, or there's like two sets of sicknesses going wrong in his body, though, because he shows me it's almost like he's dealing with multiple things or struggling with multiple things.
Oh, yeah. He had Alzheimer's, diabetes, kidney failure.
The diabetes would have been quite severe then, because it's in the blood patterns, because it's almost like the way he shows it to me, the way it's going through his system, because he does show me multiple things. And the thing with your dad that I like, though, he's very straightforward. What you see is what you get. If he wants to say something, he comes through and says hi, kind of thing like that. He's very set. But it's interesting, though. I know this sounds weird. Yeah. Okay. Forgive me if this is private again. Like I say, I do want to try to respect people's privacy if we can. It's almost, you can tell he would have had a very hard time with the Alzheimer's, because the way that he's coming in with it, it's almost like he's fighting it. Like, we have to go, I have to be patient with you. He's having a bad day today, because he almost wants to apologize for that, because that's not his personality. He would hate to be the one who disrupted or upset anybody. And I know this sounds, and again, forgive me, but he would either lose his temper or he would frustrate people very easily, because it's almost like I'm going to go, he's sick, just let it go kind of thing. Because it's almost like he wants to apologize for his actions, even though it wasn't really his fault that he was acting that way.
Yes, he would have never wanted to hurt anybody.
Because you can see it. But he definitely would have been very blunt, though. But it's almost like I have a day where it's a really bad day, then the next day I'm friendly again. Then the next day I'm off. Like, because the way he shows it to me, it wasn't a constant sort of set, but he does apologize, because for him, it's almost like he never would have wanted to be thought of as the mean guy or the guy that would have been hurtful. Like, he's such a nice guy. I go, oh no, he would bend over backwards. Like, if somebody's in trouble, first guy to arrive, last guy to leave. Like, he's so genuinely nice about that. And I go, oh no, he's totally fine. Now, he is good. He just went to sleep and didn't wake back up. But I'm sorry, hon, I know he had the diabetes, but did he have an infection in his body as well when he died? Because it's almost like I've got the diabetes, but then there's something else in my system shutting me down.
He had a pneumonia that we just had to treat.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because yeah, he does that for me, which means it's not going to help anything. So we'll just let you be as comfortable as possible, go to sleep, and then don't wake back up, because he's okay with that. Because he does the heart tap, which means the right decision was made, and he just wants to say thank you for that. Now, were you one of three looking after him, or three of you were with him? Because he says there was three of you that kept an eye on him.
The night that he passed, there was three of us there.
Mm-hmm. Because you can tell family was such a big deal to him. It's like, family's the most important thing, because he goes, tell her I know I wasn't alone. She needs to know that it's okay. Like, and the thing with him that I like, though, he would never have wanted to be a burden. So it's almost like, even though you stuck it out, he kind of has this energy of like, it's okay, hun, I'm good. It's time for me to go. Tell her it's okay. Like, he has this thing that you can definitely tell he was a very independent person. And when he was done, he was done. It's like, I'm not hanging on anymore. It's over it kind of thing. Because you can definitely see he plateaued, dead. Like the way he drops. Because I go, oh no, when he went down, he was done. Like, you can definitely tell. But it was almost he would have done it so he wasn't a burden to you anymore. So you didn't have to worry about looking after him all the time, because he goes, oh, I can't do that to her. Just let her know that I'm okay and that I know she said goodbye to me. Because he's very happy about that. And yeah. Did you bring him a teddy bear while he was sick, but you kept the teddy bear?
No, when he was sick, he bought my daughter a teddy bear.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. But she still has the teddy bear, though, because he says he's going to bring that up. If you can, please let your daughter know that he's okay, because she had a very hard time with the passing. And he does a heart tap, which means he's looking after her, because he says you worry about her, and he just wants to let you know that he's keeping a watch on her for you and that she's going to be fine. That's good there. I also want to jump back, though. There's another lady jumping in, but it feels to me more like grandmothering pattern. Older lady on the female side. This to give me, again, would be mom, somebody like a mom. This lady also would have had a dementia or Alzheimer's because there's a confusion in the brain. But she's doing that for me, which means she would have been sick for quite a while before she passed.
It probably my aunt, but was like a mom.
Oh, that makes sense, because she's very friendly. But I'm sorry, she would have been older when she died, though, because she shows me it's almost like she's older, because she's got an older pattern on her, too. I go, such a friendly lady, but same thing with her. And I go, very independent. She's going to look after the family, handle everything by herself, take care of all the details on her own. But she does this thing where it's almost, how do I word it? She accepted she was sick and tried to solve everything before she got really sick. It's almost like she goes, I'll sort everything out. I'm going to put everything in place. I'm going to sort it. Like, it's almost like she's trying to map it out, but she doesn't get everything done the way she would have wanted. Because you can see she gets frustrated easily if she thinks she didn't do something or that she burdened somebody with something. Because she gives a heart tap as well, which means she was taken care of too. And she just wants to let you know that she's passed home safely and that she's there with your dad. Okay. That's good there. Perfect. No, they're giving kisses down. I love your dad. He's such a sweetheart. But he's giving... is there a gentleman who's a banker in your family or an accountant or something? Because your dad says I have to say hi to the guy that works with the money, or he works around money stuff. But this to me would definitely be what we would say like banker, accountant. Like, it's definitely like payroll, not like numbers, not adding up statistics. Like, this is... Excuse me, the gentleman would work with money, or he's connected to money stuff?
It might be. I know my brother-in-law does my mom's finances.
I wonder if that... Oh, sorry. I wonder if that's what it would be. Do you know if your brother-in-law lost his dad as well to heart issues, or he lost a gentleman like the dad that would have had heart problems?
Yes.
Because I've just got to piggyback him in to let you know. The dad just wants to say hi as well, just to let him know that he wants to greet him. Okay. Now they're good. Perfect. All right. I like your dad. He would never leave anybody out. He's like, no, if we get a chance, let him come in. It's fine. Like, I love your dad's attitude like that. They're good. He just wants to give you a kiss to let you know he's still with you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Anne. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Perfect. Now, okay. Let me see. I am bouncing to Debbie. Okay. Let me see here. So I believe it is Debbie Thibodeau. I believe it is.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. And do I have your permission to access your family for you, Debbie?
Yes, please.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to jump right on the female side of the family. Very strong mothering pattern coming in. If somebody's on the mom level, again, that's mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. This lady would have had a lot of issues in the lungs before she died, because she shows me a fluid in the chest, or almost as like she's not able to catch her breath properly. It's almost like I go, but no, it's almost like she would have been sick as well. But then I get like a pneumonia or bronchitis on top of it, because I go, there's definitely a lot of fluid, because it sounds phlegmy when she's breathing.
Yes. My mother-in-law.
Okay. Because I like her. She's very friendly, just stubborn as all hell.
Yes.
Because I does not budge, and when she digs in her heels, and she does not move, because I go, she's fine. I like her. It's just she's very set in her ways. And I go, she will not move. She just wants to let you know that she's okay. But then there's a mother energy there too, though. That's okay. Mother-in-law, her. But then there would be another lady like an aunt then. And because there'd be another cancer pattern, but this to me would be an ovarian or like a lower level stomach cancer. Yeah. I'm coming back because there's another lady coming in next to her, which to me again would be aunt, somebody like that on that level. But she would have had an ovarian cancer or like a lower level cancer, what would call it?
It's possible.
Yeah. If you can, just double check, because like I said, they're piggybacking in with each other because they're very, very friendly the way they're coming in because they want to make sure that they greet you.
Okay.
That jump across is also a very strong fathering energy coming in as well. So again, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. Also very sick before he passed because he's doing the coughing as well for me, which means sick. But he had a lot of trouble in the stomach or a lot of issues in the stomach because he almost shows me there's like a swelling or like a bloating going on in the stomach area.
My father passed. He was a heavy smoker, but he died suddenly.
Retaining fluid in the stomach or there was like issues in the stomach with him?
Not that I'm aware of.
It might not be your dad yet then, because I got to go. This guy's definitely on that level. He'd definitely be weird, put like father, father-in-law. But I almost want to go. That's what I would see with somebody that would either be like the liver's giving out from like heavy drinking or something like that. Like it would almost be that energy of the like alcoholic or something along those lines, because there's this swelling attached to it.
It very well could be my maternal grandfather.
Oh, okay. But he would have died though only in his 60s then, correct? Like late 50s, early 60s?
That's correct.
Okay, because I got to bring him in and then let's get the dad. No, because your dad had the lung trouble. When I ask your dad, he shows me chest issues because he shows me like a fluid in the lungs. But which guy had the stroke then? Because there's somebody else that would have had a stroke or an aneurysm. Okay.
That could have been my grandfather.
Okay. Because all the men in your family, I like them, but they're very stubborn. They just, it's like the men have to, like, I know this sounds weird, but the men act like they're in charge. The women know they're in charge. It's almost like we go, yeah, we'll just let them do what they want to do. Because all the men are sort of like, we're in the space. And I go, yeah, they're fine. We'll just let them come in. They seem good. But it's almost like we want to just line them up or get them into their places properly. Okay, go back through. I still think we're missing one though. Okay. But your dad had all the heart trouble then, correct?
He did.
Okay. Dad's fine. It's not your dad that I'm talking to, because your dad doesn't like being the center of attention. As soon as I try to get your dad to come in, he's very private. It's almost like same with him. I go, it takes a while to warm him up because it's almost like I go, oh, he's fine. He's good. But I know this is going to sound weird. He wasn't overly huggy though.
No.
Because it's like the way he comes in, he wants to greet you and he goes, tell her hi, tell her I love her. But it's almost one of those things that he goes, it's not that I don't care. It's that he'll show you he loves you by doing something for you, not necessarily hugging you and asking how your day was.
Exactly. Yes.
Now, I know this is weird. Somebody kept his tools after he died, or somebody is using his tools. They're still using the stuff from him.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, because he's very happy about that, because he gives me this feeling. And I'm sorry, was he actually a construction worker or he's just very good at building?
He was very good at building.
Because he shows me, like, if I need a project done, he'll come over and sort of help me figure out how to put it together. And I go, all I got to do is make sure he's got a beer and a pizza and he's fine. Like, he's one of these people that I go, yeah, he'll just sort of do it on the fly for me. But really nice energy. But I'm sorry, he could be very abrupt, though, when he doesn't want to deal with something. Like, when I don't want to talk about it, it's like, topic's over, move on to the next thing. Like, he's very, very set and not in a harsh way. I go, you do the exact same thing.
We do.
If you don't stress, I go, you lock it and you go, next topic, move on. Because he starts laughing. But he gives me a heart tap, which means he doesn't feel like he got to say goodbye to you the way that he wanted to. And he just wants to let you know that he's still with you and that he's watching over you guys, okay?
Wonderful. Thank you.
He says you've actually smelled the cigarette smoke in the house after he died when he was trying to say hi to you. Because he says you'll walk in a room and smell smoke like somebody's been smoking in the room.
I could smell his cologne really strong.
Cigarette smoke though, but no, because you smell the cologne, but it's definitely cigarette smoke. Who was smelling cigarette smoke then, or what's the thing with somebody smelling the smoke?
My husband smells cigarette smoke.
Okay. Because he's definitely saying like people smell him. I know that sounds weird, but he says when he's guys references, he goes, people smell me. They know I'm in the room because they can smell me coming into the room. And he just wants to validate that that is him to let you guys know that he's with you. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
No, he's good. I love him. He's kissing down. If you can, please do let the rest of your family know that he has passed home safely and he's at peace on the other side, okay?
Thank you.
Did you lose the orange tabby cat?
I haven't. I have an orange
have
tabby now.
And that's the one that's a very nasty cat. It doesn't like anybody but you.
Yes.
Because Dad starts laughing about it. He wouldn't have been a fan of the cat.
No.
Got to think about it. And he goes, tell her I don't like the orange tabby. But he's the one that bugs it to make the cat run out of the room because he thinks it's funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because he says the cat will be fine, then it just freaks out and runs out and he starts laughing. Because he's not hurting, he just thinks it's very amusing. But I go, yeah, no, he wouldn't put up with the cat. He's like, put it outside. It's not supposed to be on the couch. Like, he's very set, but he just wants to let you know that he is in the house with you guys, okay? Wonderful. And I know this, did you start replacing the hardwood floors, but then you stopped and now it's just like a carpet over it?
Yes.
Because it's almost like somebody is renovating and we go, we'll get to it later, but we'll just put something down. He's very frustrated over that. It's almost like he goes, that's got to be fixed. Why are we not doing this properly? Somebody's going to trip on this. Like, because you can tell if he was alive, he would have been bugging you to come over and finish it. Because it would have been like, and I know this is going to sound weird and forgive me because I don't understand enough about building, but he does. It's almost like the floors that you put in don't match each other or they're not lined up and there's a gap and it bugs him that there's this gap there.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. He's got to reference this. It means your dad knows about the renos you guys did, and he's just very aware of it.
Okay.
He also says you tried to change a light fixture that didn't work properly, so you had to put the old one back in.
Yes. Yes,
because he's very blunt about it. Because he shows me, and I love your dad, but I go, oh, you wouldn't do anything in the house that he wouldn't be aware that you're doing, just so that you're aware. Even though he wasn't overly affectionate when he was alive, he still wants to let you know that he did care for you very much, and that he's always going to be with you. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. No. So he's good. Perfect. So they're stepping back out. Perfect. Thanks, hon.
Thank you.
All right. Perfect. And let me see now, who am I going to? Okay, I am getting pulled across and I think we still got some time. Oh yeah, we still got plenty of time. I'll try to get as many of you in that I can. And I hope there's nobody in a waiting room or something that I haven't been letting in. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second here. Chats, is everybody back in the chats? Nope, that looks good. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I think we're still good. I apologize if anybody's out and I missed you. Okay, I am going to, okay, Kathy Pridham, I believe it is. Oh, I can see you moving, but I don't see it unmuting there. Okay, don't worry about it. We're going to do yours slightly differently, Kathy. I'm just, if you can understand the people, just give me a thumbs up, okay? Thumbs up if you understand, thumbs down if you don't. We'll do it without audio. We'll figure it out for you. I'm going to jump right on the male side. Very strong fathering energy coming in. If somebody's on a dad side, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman would have been, this would have been a dementia or Alzheimer's because he's tapping on the side of the head, which means a confusion in the brain, but he's stepping over, which means to me this would be father-in-law or almost like father-in-law, uncle, because he's stepping up and over, but definitely on the dad level. But it would have been sickness in the brain before he passes. Do you understand? Okay. Then you also lost a dad as well then that would have had a cancer pattern, or there's a lot of sickness going in through the stomach area because there's a lot of illness in through his actual torso, because he shows me a lot of sickness going on here, because it's almost like I go, he's having trouble with multiple organs shutting down. Do you understand? Okay. I can see you nodding, so don't worry. I can see, as long as you know it's people chatting with you, we'll work around this in the way that works best. Now, he is drawing it out for me, which means he had been sick for a while before he passed, because he shows me it's almost like he's drawing it out, and it's about 2 years that he had it in the pattern, or about 2 years in the window that he would have been sick. But he says he thought he was getting better, was thinking positive. Then it comes back and he just crashes because he shows it goes straight down. But he's telling me that there was you and another lady that looked after him, because he says there was 2 of you that were always keeping watching. It feels like you and his sister, or you were somebody like his sister to him, because he shows me there's the 2 of you with him, and he's got to say thank you for that, because he says he appreciates that very much. Sorry guys, I think I saw somebody trying to come in. Where is this? Where is that room? Waiting room. Okay, participants. Oh, admit. Okay, joining. Okay, sorry, I apologize. I'm coming right back to you, Kathy. I'm just trying to keep tabs on everyone so I do not lose anybody. Okay, perfect. I think we're good there. Okay, perfect. Yes. Oh, hello. I just added you, but would you mind muting yourself? And I think it's Giselle, I believe it was. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, Kathy, I'm back to you. So yes, so he shows me the two looking after him, but it's very interesting because it's almost like, how do I word it? I'm going to say this, and it might sound a little tough, and forgive me, but he wants to address it. It's almost like at the end, people were, and I don't say wishing for him to die in a mean way. It was almost kind of like we're going, you can let go now. Like you don't have to hang on anymore. Because it's almost like I go, he's hanging on till the bitter end. And it's almost like we go, I promise you can go now. We're going to be fine. Because I know this sounds weird. You can see that he was actually a little bit scared to die. He had a fear around it because he keeps tapping you, which means you were telling him it was going to be okay. You were telling him he was going to be fine because he's very, very happy about that. And he says there was a mom that came and got him, or a lady like a mom that came and got him, because he's very happy. And he shows me that he passed on peacefully and he just goes to sleep and doesn't wake back up. Okay, go back through. Now, I'm sorry. Do you understand him having bleeding in his stomach, or there was almost like a like the intestines are bleeding or something? Because there's almost like bleeding going on in the stomach, and I don't know if it's him or we're bouncing to another gentleman. Okay, don't understand that. Okay, I'm gonna go back. This would almost to me look like when I would have like an ulcer or like a bleeding in through the stomach area, but he's definitely on the lower level, which to me would be father-in-law then, or somebody else like a dad energy, but it would have been concentrated sickness into the stomach area. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I've got your.
I'm back.
Perfect. We're good. We got you now. Yes, because this gentleman comes in almost like father-in-law then, but I gotta go. It's definitely almost like sick in the stomach area, but it's like I go, oh, there's bleeding in the stomach, but we can't really do anything to control it. We just have to keep you peaceful until you actually pass.
Yes.
Because he's coming in and waving high as well. And they just want to let you know. Now, I know this sounds weird, hon, but they are piggybacking onto you, which means that you are normally the one in the family that would, sorry, I'm just checking for people again. You are the one in the family that would normally be like the intermediary or the one who's like the peacekeeper. Because it's almost like we go, oh, give the messages to her. She's going to be the one to pass them on to everybody else. And it's not that that's a bad thing, but it does mean you do tend to get caught up in other people's drama. That's not your drama. And you can get overwhelmed and then beat yourself up like you're supposed to fix it or hold on to everything for everybody else.
That sounds right.
Yeah, because he's very protective. I like your dad. I go, he's very, very protective over you. But when I look at them, I go, on the plus side, there's a nice bright yellow, which means all of them have passed peacefully. So that's a good sign. Then I do want to jump back on the female side. Very strong mothering energy coming in. When somebody's on the mom side, that's mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. This lady also would have had a dementia or Alzheimer's because there's a sickness in the brain or issues in the brain before she passes.
Both my grandmothers had Alzheimer's.
Okay. This would be on mom's side. I feel like mom's side. But then who's the mom energy that would have had all the cancer then? Because these two are piggybacking with each other. I almost want to go like mom, like grandmom and aunt or grandmom, mom energy, because the two are coming in with each other, like they knew each other.
An aunt.
And she's the one that would have had the breast or the chest cancer, correct?
Yes.
This shows me she would have had a mastectomy or like a surgery on one breast in order to try catch the cancer, but it doesn't work.
Right. Yes.
Because she's coming in as well. But you've lost two aunts, though, because they're telling me there's two aunts there to talk to you.
I've lost a few aunts, but there are two that I was very close to.
Oh, okay. Yes, because both of them got to say hi to you. Because the other one shows me very weak in the chest or the heart area. Because she starts tapping around the heart for me and she does a click, click, which means quicker passing. Because she never got to say goodbye to you properly.
Right. That's correct.
She said to make sure that she comes in to give you a hug. And I like her. And I know it's weird. Which, I don't know if it's the aunt or the grandmom. I think it's one of the aunts. Which one would always make you gingerbread cookies? Or she was like well known for making the family's gingerbread cookies?
My grandmother.
Because I love her. I go, she doesn't even know me. And she's like, have a cookie for the road. Like she puts one into a little container for me because she's very blunt about it. But it's funny because she'll be, I know it sounds weird. I don't say she forces people to eat, but I'll go, oh, no, thank you, I'm full. And she goes, oh, no, it's fine. Just a little plate. Just have a little plate. Because like she's trying to be nice. And I'm like, no, really, I'm full. And she goes, oh, no, you're just trying to be nice to me. It's fine. Because it's actually easier to just take the food from her than to fight with her about not eating it. Because she'll get offended almost like I'm not eating because I don't want to eat her food.
That sounds like her.
Because I love her. I go, she's such a sweetheart. Very Catholic though, because she does the cross for me before she goes. Because she says she just wants to give you a kiss to let you know she's watching over you. Okay.
Okay.
There.
That's wonderful.
There would be a mother-in-law there as well, though. Because there's a mother-in-law or a lady that would be on the partner side of the family. And I go, she would have had a stroke or an aneurysm before she passed. Because it's definitely a pop in the brain.
Not my mother-in-law, no.
Where would Judith or Judy be on that side of the family?
My first name is Judy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm seeing Kathy down there. Sorry. Okay.
Well, it's Judy Kathleen, but I go by Kathy. But
oh, no, that's fine. Sorry, Kathy. If she's giving me your name, if she's giving me your name and I'm seeing Kathy there, it means she knows you directly because this lady would have known you if she's addressing you by your name because she says she's going to make sure she says hi because the way she comes in, but it definitely would have been stroke or aneurysm, but
yes.
She needs to reach you as well. Okay.
Excellent. Yes.
Perfect. That's good there. Perfect. No, they're good. So they're thumbs upping, which means we did touch on your family for you.
Well, you did very well. Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome, hon. Thanks so much for coming. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye now.
Bye.
All right. Perfect. And if you don't mind just remuting yourself again, Kathy. And there is, let me see. So I'm getting a couple here that I promise. I think we're still doing good for time, guys. So I think we can get a few through. So I have to come back and there is a coming back to you after. All right. And I am being pulled to a Kelsey Bazoo, I believe you are.
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just going to check. Okay. Sorry. 1 second. I'm getting messages here. I'm coming right back to you, Kelsey. Sorry. Yep. I'm multitasking. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. That's okay there. Make sure nobody's in the waiting room. Nope, we're good. All right, perfect. I'm going to jump right back to you, hon. I got to go on the male side. Very strong fathering energy coming in for you. So again, that can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman would have had a heart attack or a heart failure because he shows me it's a click, which means very quick passing. And he does that, which means unexpected because nobody's thinking that it's coming or nobody's ready for his passing. Because he's very friendly. And now I'm sorry, this one was your dad then, correct?
Nope. My grandfather.
Oh, he acts like a dad to you as well, though, because the way he comes in, because he's a very friendly guy, because I go, oh, very chatty. Straight away, he wants to start talking to you because he starts making conversation. And I go, oh, yeah, him and I are just going to talk. Now, I know this is weird. Was he the truck driver or the trucker, or you have a truck driver in the family?
No.
Because it's a very weird reference, but he's talking to me about truck driving or somebody buying the rig, the truck rig. Mm-hmm. And that wouldn't be on your partner side of the family. They wouldn't be trucking on that side of the family?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. Because I feel like there would be two grandfathers there, but one of them did something with trucking or he knows somebody with the trucking because it's definitely like truck driving. And I'll do this slowly. But another gentleman coming in, fathering pattern again. So again, father, stepfather, father-in-law. This guy would have had a lot of trouble in the lungs, a fluid in the chest or a liquid in the lung area. Because he's very sick and he shows me he couldn't catch his breath properly before he died.
My other grandfather.
Okay, I got to bring him in. He's the one nodding about the trucks. Do you know if he did something with trucking or there was something with truck driving on that side?
I think he did something with big machinery and not necessarily trucks, but back in the woods and stuff.
Oh, that might make sense because it's almost like I go, he's used to driving the big machinery or like the big trucks because I go, he's very good at it, but I go, very simple guy. What you see is what you get because I go, if he says hi, he's saying hi. If he doesn't, like very nice energy. But I'm sorry, he wasn't as close to you as your other granddad or he just wasn't as chatty because it's almost the way he comes in. He goes, I have to say hi, but he's not overly friendly like the other grandfather was.
Yeah.
Because I go, very friendly guy. Now, your dad's dad, he was in the Air Force Center. He was connected to the airplanes then, correct?
I don't know.
Okay, this might be on the partner side then. Yeah.
Robert.
Does that name mean
Tommy,
anything?
but Robert's my uncle.
He has an uncle named Robert?
Okay, is Robert still alive or he's passed?
Yeah, Robert's still alive.
Okay. Do you know if that side of the family had somebody that worked with the Air Force or they were connected to flying planes?
Yeah, your uncle? His Uncle Tommy.
Oh, and he's the one that's passed them.
Yeah.
because he's coming through because he starts coughing for me as well, which means couldn't breathe either before he passed because he shows me struggling to breathe before he died.
Is that?
He took a massive heart attack.
He had a heart attack.
He smoked.
Would you not he was struggling to breathe before he died, though he was having other lung issues before he died? Oh, that's him. That's the guy. That's the guy. Because he's very friendly because he comes in, but he's waving hi because he knows you're in the room. So he's greeting you because he's got the opening so he knows your partners are so it can piggyback. It's just that side of the family wants to greet you guys as well to let you know they're all there, okay?
Okay.
Then I'm going to jump back across, and I think this is back on your side, Kelsey. Grandmothering energy, so older pattern coming back in. This to me is grandmom or somebody like a grandmom. Also very weak in the chest before she died because she's struggling to breathe. Now she draws it out for me, which means sick for a while before she passed, but everybody told her it was okay to go. They told her not to hang on because I go, she's got a very happy energy with that. So I go, that's a good sign. But I go, she is such a nice lady because she's a hugger. As soon as I sit down, I go, oh, she'll hug you and make sure you know she loves you kind of thing like that because she's such a sweet energy. But I'm sorry, did she never get to meet your partner because she's waving at him like she never got to know him or she didn't get to be around him the way she wanted?
She met him.
Was it only briefly though? Because she feels like she didn't get to include him in the family like she with other people.
We weren't together very long before she passed.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because she's giving a wave high as well. But it's almost like I go, she's kind of shy in her energy that she wouldn't really know what to talk about. So she's like, well, tell him hi and ask him how the weather is. Because you can see it sort of with her. I go, yeah, when she warms up, she's good. But you and her were really good because she shows me she just wants to curl up on the couch next to you. And she says she's got it like, she just like, we're going to watch TV together. And she just curls up because I go, such a happy energy. But please know she did pass safely. But even though you don't feel like you said goodbye properly, she knows you told her you loved her after she passed. And she just wants to let you know that she heard you, okay?
Okay.
I know this was weird. Would you always draw on her hand, or there was something about drawing on your hand or her hand, or because I almost want to take a marker and draw on your hand?
No.
No, it's almost like if I'm sitting with a kid and they take a marker and then they want to draw a design on me. Yeah. No, it's like, or I'm writing stuff on the hand, but it's definitely putting marks on the hand. But she taps you. Yeah. Kelsey, do you have somebody drawing on your hand all the time, or you do something about, because she's definitely showing me like somebody drawing on a hand or writing on a hand.
No.
I don't know what she means. She seems very adamant, so just keep track of it. Check in the family if somebody else might understand the thing then about writing on the hand.
I was trying to get a tattoo of her handwriting.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. But I wonder if that's what it is. That's why I'll be writing. Maybe she's writing on my skin, or she's trying to, because it's literally like, I want to like write on you. That would make sense if somebody's writing on your hand. It's her way to show me she knows you're going to get the handwriting put on, because it's almost like I go, oh, she's writing on you. And she has to say she likes that idea because she just wants to let you know she really likes it. Okay.
Okay.
No, she's good. I love her. She's giving kisses down, hun. And who's got the birthday or celebration in April? Because she shows me there's something right by Easter, because we want to put them side by side with each other.
There's a couple of things.
Because she's just giving kisses down because she says you still celebrate the stuff for her as well. And she just wants to say thank you for that because it means a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She had a thing too when you would sit next to her. She'd take your hair out of your eyes because she keeps doing that.
She was always telling me to get my hair out of my eyes.
Oh, okay, because she's doing it before she leaves. She just keeps doing this. She's wiping your hair back. And she goes, tell her I love her, tell her I love her. She just wants to let you know she's at peace as well, okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. Thank you, hon.
Thank you.
All right, let me see here. And I'm trying to get, all right. Let me see. And okay, and I'm seeing, now have I done, I know Eugene Manuel, you mentioned you came in earlier, and I think that's Danielle, is it? If I'm not mistaken? And have I, forgive me guys, I apologize. I feel like I've done a lot of these tonight. Oh, sorry, okay. Oh, sorry, Jessica, I'm adding you in. Okay, and where did I lose you? Okay, Eugene, can you hear me? Oh, sorry, Danielle, can you hear me? Okay, and I just need you to unmute yourself. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. And I apologize. I haven't read you yet, have I?
No.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to stick with you then because this lady's waiting. I'm going to jump right on the female side of the family. Very strong mothering energy jumping in. If somebody's on the mom side, again, that's mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. This lady also would have had a dementia or Alzheimer's because she's tapping on the head for me, which means a sickness in the brain or issue going on in the brain before she dies.
Okay.
I'd almost want to say, like, I would say the name, like, if in English, I'd almost want to say, like, I guess, like, birth or like Bertha, but I think it's like birth or birth. Who would that one be?
My aunt, but she just passed away a few days ago.
Oh, that's her. That's why we're bumping her. Sorry, it's her. That's why I'm having a hard time linking her. She's the one that was having a lot of trouble breathing, though.
Yes.
Okay, because I got to bring her in. Who's the other lady, like a grandmom, though, that would have had the dementia or Alzheimer's? Because she's trying to help your aunt come in because where she's a recent pass. She's trying to help her come in together with her.
It could be her mother, which would be my grandmother.
Oh, okay. Because like I said, they're coming in, but it's almost like the grandmother's holding back, like let the aunt speak. They have to sort of wrap stuff up. Because with her, I know it sounds weird. People were ready, but it's almost like she died quicker than we're expecting. Because we go, well, we know she's sick, but we're not anticipating. And I go, oh, I thought we had a couple more weeks with her, kind of thing like that. And I go, nope. When she says no, thanks, she's done. I was like, she knew she wasn't going to survive. She goes, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm done. I don't want to be a burden. Out, like, kind of thing. And she just drops very quick because you can definitely see, and this is going to sound a little weird, but again, I see death very differently. Do you know what I mean? She just stopped fighting to live.
Yeah.
Like, not in a mean way. I'm not saying that in a weird way. It's just literally, she's like, I'm good. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not fighting anymore. Like, she's just out of there. Like, and I go, no, she definitely shut down her system because you can see she felt that things were done. And she does that, which means people had said goodbye to her. But she's tapping you, which means she didn't say goodbye to you properly, or she didn't wrap up everything with you the way she wanted to because she was already dropping by the time you got to her.
Yes.
Because I love her. I go, she's a sweetheart. But who kept playing music for her? Because she says they kept putting on the music in the room.
My sister.
Oh, can you tell your sister she says thank you because she appreciates it? Now, was she the nurse or your sister just looked after her like a nurse would?
My sister looked after her.
Because she shows me like dealing with medications and stuff. Because she goes, I got to say thank you. Because when I look at her, I go, no, she was good to go. Please know that even though she's still a very recent past, she has crossed home peacefully and she's on the other side, okay?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I love her. No, it was just, I love it. It was your aunt. It's like, she doesn't have big messages. She just goes, no, they're still dealing with my death. They're still struggling. I just want to let them know that I'm okay. Like, I love her. I go, yeah. And it's just because your sister has been worried that she never did enough. If you can, please let her know she did more than enough. But the reason your aunt dropped as quick as she did is because she was done and she wasn't fighting anymore. That's why she passed sooner than you guys were anticipating. But even though you guys knew, it's just her way to let your sister know she's grateful for you guys looking after her, okay?
Okay.
Now we're good. All right, perfect. Okay. I guess that's the only one that needed to jump in. All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the group chats here as well to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure you out. Okay, and I feel like I keep getting pulled, and I don't know why I'm resisting it, but Dominique, I keep getting pulled to you, and I don't know why. Somebody's hesitant to talk to you because I've been pulled to you the whole night, but I keep sort of ducking off to somebody else, and I want to go back because it means somebody's worrying about upsetting you, where it would have been a hard death that you're still struggling with. Because it's almost like I go like, we're trying to step in, but I don't want to miss you, but we also don't want to overwhelm you, kind of thing. Because there's been a gentleman waiting for you the whole night, so I'm going to do this slowly. I'm going to go right on the male side of the family, very strong fathering pattern coming in. If somebody's on a dad side, it can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This gentleman as well would have been heart attack or heart failure.
My gosh.
There's a younger guy as well, though. I'm sorry, because we're almost trying to like straddle the two in together because I go, oh, we don't want to upset you. We got to take our time because somebody doesn't want to overwhelm the system. Who's the younger guy that died that never said goodbye properly?
I'm trying to think. A friend?
And he's the one that would have been the suicide, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. because it's definitely like he's there. It's just like I said, it's like a very like sticky energy. And the way, like I tell people, we always pay attention to the reading. So when they're trying to connect with me, or if they're sort of like hesitant to come in, it means you're still dealing with people's deaths and they don't want to overwhelm you. So I do tell people, and this is just for everyone, not just you, but I do tell people, if you feel that you haven't been getting messages from them, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean that they're not there to talk to you. It's the opposite. They're extremely patient now that they've died. So they don't have this feeling that they need to rush you. They go, no, we'll take our time, get to you whenever we need to get to you. So it's just their way. But I want to go slowly with it, because your friend's the one that shot himself then, correct? Because you would have 2 gunshot and there would be a choking or a suffocation.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because there's 2 straddling side by side.
Suffocation, yeah. And first,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yes, because both want to say hi, because this would definitely be a choking or like a hanging energy, because it's almost like I want to go like, I cannot breathe. And then he drops. I have to go, though. It's almost like everybody was shocked that he died, but not surprised. It's almost like we go like, excuse my language when I say this, almost when I go like, oh shit, I thought you were going to be okay. We thought you were okay, kind of thing like that. Because he's got this sort of guarding energy, but he almost comes in hesitant like a brother would, or like somebody almost like a brothering energy.
He was my husband's friend. A close friend. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Sorry, I know this sounds really weird. It would mean that your husband has not dealt with his death properly. If he's almost like, ooh, I don't want to come in, kind of thing like that. Because it means that he's struggling with it too. Because it's almost like I go, oh, we want to sort of pass it on, kind of thing like that. So I go, we definitely will get there if we can, kind of thing like that. Because I go, they're linking through. But he's coming in because it's definitely suicide pattern. But then who's the gentleman that shot himself then?
I don't know if it would, well, still on the same level or older?
Yes. I feel like it's the same level, but it definitely would have been a gunshot or trauma to the head, but it would have been a suicide pattern as well.
It's, there's my husband's cousin or my husband's grandfather, and he would have been young, but he would have been young when he shot himself, because.
No, I think this one would have been the cousin, because it feels like he's equal with a friend, because the way they're piggybacking.
Then it probably would be.
Yes, because it's definitely a lower one. I don't feel like we're up by a grandfathering level yet. No, because and this is going to sound really graphic, and please forgive me, guys. And again, I see death very different, so I just sort of verbalize what I see. The grandfather's the one that shot himself then with the rifle or the heavier power gun then, because he shows me it's almost like this gross, but almost like the head just basically, I go, he wasn't surviving, kind of thing, the way he shows it to me. Because I gotta go, he's coming in. Then I want to jump back on your side. There's a very strong mothering energy coming in, because I gotta go, mom or somebody like a mom to you, very sick before she died, because she's doing that again as well, which means sick all over the body because the whole system's wearing itself down. But she's more like a grandmothering energy, like older pattern, or standing up in the older energy, but again, older grandmothering pattern that acts like a mom to you. Unless it's on the husband's side. Did your husband lose a grandmother that was full of cancer as well?
I'm trying to think.
Because no rush. Like I said, don't worry. It's being recorded. You can always check after, because it's almost like I feel like it's a grandmom, but I want to make sure it's not on his side, where everybody else connecting through him is already piggybacking in.
His grandmother had a stroke, so it wouldn't be that. My grandmother had issues, but she I'm trying to think, or it could be my mom's biological grandmother as well. She died of cancer, but I never met her.
Oh, it's her. It'd be her, because she's coming in. And I know this is weird, but then your other grandmom, she's the one that would have had all the issues in the kidneys, correct? Because it's one of the older ladies coming in, grandmothering energy, but she's tapping on the back for me, which means the kidneys would have been failing, or the kidneys weren't working before she passed.
She had a stroke and she was epileptic, but I'm trying to think kidneys. I don't think kidneys.
That would be a different one. If you can, just double check if your mom's birth grandmom on that side, check if she would have had stuff, because I almost want to go like, oh, the kidneys are failing, like the organs are giving out, because it's just she's piggybacking in. But I know this sounds weird. It's more feels like it's your husband's side today, almost like your husband's side is like, we got to talk or we're going to push in. And it's not that bad. It's just for them. If they know that somebody in the family needs a message, or they know that somebody sort of is, it's important to get across, they'll piggyback through if they have permission from your side, knowing, and you also did say to his side if anybody had messages that were allowed in. So it's almost like we gave permission. But if you can, please do let your partner know that his side jumped in, just as a way to greet him or to let him know that they're okay. And the grandfather does that, which means unfortunately would have had mental health problems, or he would have had issues, because I go, oh, he's not coherent when he's passing, but he just wants to let you know that he's made it home safely, because your partner had a very hard time with his death, and he just wants to let him know that he's okay.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you.
So all right. Perfect. Thank you so much, hon. All right. Let me see here. And I'm going to go through now. All right. Now I do. Hello, Jack. Coming through, buddy. Hi, my love. All right. Let me have a look here. Now, I did see a notice pop up and you caught my attention, so I'm going to pay attention. All right. But I don't see you on here. Okay. Debbie. So I don't see you coming through here, but I don't know where your chat is. I'm sorry. All right. So Debbie, if you are on here still, if you don't mind unmuting or letting me know just where you are. Oh, is there a Debbie in here still, or did she leave? Oh, Debbie, can you hear me? I think I see you, but you're not speaking. Can you hear me, Debbie? I think I see the top of your head. If you can just wave over top of your camera, Debbie. So, okay, it's definitely you. Okay, I see you. Don't worry, honey. I won't leave you. If you're there now, I know you're there. All right, can you hear me okay? All right. I can hear you moving, but for some reason, I can't hear you speaking. So we'll just do the same thing I do. Oh. Okay, now if you can turn your camera back on.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, no, you take your time, hon. We're good. All right, can you hear
me? I'm here.
Perfect.
Here.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to go slow for you, just because you do have a couple of people coming in. I want to jump right on the female side for you. Very strong mothering energy coming in. If somebody's on the mom level, that can be mom, mother, stepmom, somebody like a mom to you. Very sick before she died.
Yes.
Now, your mom's the one that had all the fluid in the lungs, correct?
Yes.
Because she keeps showing me she couldn't breathe properly, but she's telling me she never got to say goodbye to you properly, or she never got to wrap up everything with you the way that she wanted to.
Yes.
Because I like her. She's very nice, but you can definitely see when she was alive, she was like the matriarch, because it's almost for her, she would be more worried about you guys being left behind when she died than her actually being sick.
Yes.
Because she's very set with it. Now, I'm going to jump back as well. I'll come back to her if I get a chance. Gentlemen coming on an equal level. When somebody's equal level, that is brother, cousin, friend, partner, this guy would have had a heart attack or a heart failure.
Oh, my God. My husband.
Okay, because he does a click, which means it would have been a very quick passing, because he says it was a surprise and he never got to say goodbye to you properly.
Yes. He had a massive heart attack in my driveway.
Oh, okay. That's definitely him coming in because he wants to greet you. This is going to sound like the weirdest reference. And please don't think I'm trying to sort of like joke about it. Would he fart all the time in the house and think it was really funny? Because he's got a thing that you would get mad at him for farting and he starts laughing about it.
Yes.
Because I know that sounds weird, but again, we pay attention. And especially for you, his death has been very hard. It's been what we call as a trauma death, which means you've been struggling with. But he's almost joking with you when he comes in, because he'll burp and fart because he thinks it's really funny, even if you're out, because he starts laughing about it. If he does start joking, it means it's his way to let you know that he's okay, but that he feels that you and him were on good terms as well before he passed. Now he does do a click, which means he could get frustrated very easily though, because he shows me he could get annoyed very easily, but he doesn't stay annoyed. It's almost like he gets frustrated. And I go, well, when he's in a mood, just leave him alone because he's not going to listen.
Exactly.
I like him. He's a very nice guy, not overly romantic though, but he goes, but she knows I love her.
Yes.
And I know that, forgive me again, and I apologize, because he obviously never had a filter because he thinks dirty jokes are funny. What was the thing that he would always squeeze your bum when he walked past, or he gives you a pinch because he starts laughing about it because he annoys you and then he thinks it's funny?
Yep.
Yeah. Because I love this guy. I go,
Yeah.
Because he genuinely had a good sense of humor. I go, oh, when I'm laughing with him, I go, this guy is awesome. Like, I really love working with him. But the one thing with him that I do have to say, though, and are you okay if I say whatever I need to say, Debbie?
Pardon me?
Are you okay if I say whatever I need to say?
Yes, my God, yes.
It's not bad. The two of you either had an argument or a disagreement a couple of days before he died, because he says he wants to tell you to stop worrying about it. Because he says so concerned, and he goes, don't worry about it. We were just bumping heads. Not a big issue, because he's very, very blunt about that.
Yep.
Because he says he just wants to let you know that he's okay, because he's doing that, which means he could bug you easily. Then you would get frustrated. Then he would stop listening. And he goes, just tell her I'm okay and tell her that I love her.
Thank you very much.
Interesting thing.
But
there we go.
Is he okay if I have another friend?
Yes, I like him though, because the way he jokes about it though, because he goes, well, yes, but tell her I'm going to watch over it. And as long as it's not somebody as good as me, then I'm fine. Like the way he jokes, almost like he made out like he was such a good catch. Like when he was younger, he's like, he's a ladies man and you're lucky to be with him, because he's almost like, well, good luck getting a replacement. But I know that sounds weird, but yes, he would be fine with it, because he's doing that, which means he wouldn't want you to be alone, which is odd because he was a jealous man when he was alive.
He was never jealous. Never, ever at all.
There's a thing with it though, where he wouldn't have wanted you to be with somebody else, but then he goes, tell her it's fine now. I'm okay with her doing it now.
Yes. While we were together, I would never have been with anybody else. But now,
yes, because everything with that, because that's why he wants to let you know it's okay. Because it's almost like maybe not negative jealous, but like protective jealous. Like he would have been like, no, you're my partner. Like you're with me kind of thing. I'm with you till the end. But now he goes, tell her it's okay. Tell her I'd be fine with it. Because he wouldn't be upset because you're worried that he'll feel like you're trying to replace him or you're cheating on him. And he says he wants to let you know he's okay, because you're not going to be. Yes, because you're not going to die for a while yet. So he says there's enough time for you to be happy again. And he wants to let you know that he gives you his blessing, okay?
Yeah, I feel like I might be cheating on him, but...
No, I promise you, hon, he would be okay with it. And they see it very differently when they die, because they see the big picture. So he would be okay knowing you're not replacing him. It's just that you would have company while you're still here on Earth.
Do you have any messages from my mom and dad?
Mm-hmm. Your mom's giving a kiss down. Your mom was the one who was jumping in earlier. She just wanted to bring your husband in first because his was the big one. He was more the one that you're struggling with, what you're going through. And when I go back to Dad, he was also sick before he died because he starts coughing as well. But he doesn't like being center of attention. It's almost like, how do I word it?
Where are you?
Oh, sorry, I think.
Oh, there you are.
1 second. It looks like my iPad's about to lose power. I'm sorry. 1 second. Let me plug in.
Hello.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm sorry. I'll be right there. All right. Sorry, it's going to cut out right in the middle of messages, guys. I apologize. I wasn't watching the battery. I didn't realize it had dropped right down. All right. Give me 1 second here. All right. There we go. Okay, perfect. Yes, sorry. Can you still hear me, Debbie?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I just had to plug in there. Okay. Yes. So the way that your dad comes in, it's almost like he's giving the heart tap, which means he's fine. But your husband's death was harder on you. It was the more traumatic one, which is why he's holding back. So it's his way to let you know that he's there, but he wanted to leave the space for your husband tonight. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's giving kisses down, which means your dad's watching over you as well. Because your dad acts like a very tough man, but he's actually very sweet.
Yes.
Excuse me. Feels like he has to look after you or protect you.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to let you know, even though you feel like you're alone, that they're with you all the time. So you're not by yourself. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Well, that's their messages. Thank you, Debbie.
But can you, am I going to be able to have a copy of this?
Oh, yes. So you can email me after. So again, for anybody that never heard before, you can email me after and I'll send you the link itself so that you can download it. So if you just email me, Debbie, at angelfeathers111@gmail.com, it would be the one you're using through Eventbrite or the one you connect with. If you look me up there, I can send you the link, okay?
I can do this tomorrow?
Yes, yeah. It should be up tonight. So just email me tomorrow, everyone, and I can get you the links, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, hon. You have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Love you.
Love you. Take care, hon. Bye now.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Give me one more second here. Okay, so I'm just put you back on mute there. Oh, did I turn you off? No. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so we're just going a little bit over. Is everybody still okay if we just do a couple more here? I'll just try squeezing a few more if that's okay. All right. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me go through now. Now I'm gonna just pick through. Okay, so I'm gonna go to, can you repeat your email? Yes, so if you guys actually, if you don't have it, don't worry. You can go right on my Facebook page. So you'll be able to sort of see the thing on the Facebook. And if everybody's okay, then I'll make sure I also put it on the Facebook page if I upload this video so people can see it. You'll be able to get it there. Or if you have a pen handy, it's just angelfeathers111@gmail.com, okay? We are running a bit out of time. So I'm going to jump over to, I believe it is Manon.
Hi.
All right. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Perfect. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, perfect. And do I have your permission to do your reading for you?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. I'm gonna jump right in the female side for you, hon. Very strong mothering energy jumping in. Again, that's mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, somebody like a mom. This lady also would have been dementia or Alzheimer's because a lot of confusion in the brain. And she draws it out for me, which means she had been sick for a while before she passed. Mm-hmm. No, go through. Do you work with senior citizens or there's somebody in the family that would work with like the elderly? Because you've almost got what we call piggybacking patterns, which means people that would be connecting into the family through a caregiver, but not direct links into the family.
Not that I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about it. I just want to get her in. Where would Julie or Julia be connected to you?
I work with a girl named Julie.
Oh, okay. I know this sounds really weird. Sorry, we might be piggybacking. That might make sense why I'm trying to ask about the caregiving side then. Do you know if Julie lost a lady like a mom that would have had a lot of cancer before she died?
No.
I know it sounds really weird, but she's very specific. So I'm just going to like pass on the message. It's for the Julie or Julia, but the lady was very sick before she died. She acts like a mom energy, and she just wants to let her know she passed home safely because she never got to say goodbye.
Okay.
I know. I'm sure it's like I'm sure that's why it would feel like a piggyback or like the caregiver. That's why we go, oh, it's an older lady, but not like knows the family, but not in the family patterns. Yeah. Yeah. You go through and then we'll talk to the dad energy. Perfect. So I'm going to jump back across very strong fathering energy coming in as well. That can be father, stepfather, father-in-law, somebody like a dad. This guy starts coughing for me, which means a lot of breathing issues happening around him because he says sick all over the body because he shows me the whole system was shutting itself down. I still think we have two though on the female side. Okay. But I don't want to go to other people's families. We don't want to sort of piggyback across if we don't have to. Okay. Okay. No, leave her. She seems fine. I mean, she's adamant with what she's saying. So I'll just trust her there on that one. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna stick with you, honey. I gotta trust you. They've been too clear tonight. Everybody else has been too specific. Okay, you're good. Step aside and let the other people come in then. There, that puts me down to 2 then. Then we can manage that. That I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm gonna go slow again, hon. There's definitely a grandmothering pattern coming in, which means older lady grandmothering energy. Also would have had a dementia or Alzheimer's. It seems to be the night for it because she's tapping on the head for me, which means a confusion in the brain or like a fogginess in the brain because she wasn't recognizing people before she passed. But this would be on your mom's side of the family or the female side of the family.
My grandmother didn't pass of dementia. She had emphysema. She was diabetic.
No, I don't think so. Was she confused though before she died, like not recognizing people then? I don't think it'll be your grandma because like I said, that to me would be almost like coughing or breathing issues, because that to me doesn't feel like the emphysema pattern, because an emphysema would almost feel like a choking or a suffocation. I'm not getting that energy. This one to me would be almost like I've got like definitely a dementia or Alzheimer's. Rosemary, Marie Rose. Where would Marie Rose or Rosemary be connected to you? Because it's definitely Rose. I'm trying to emphasize the name Rose, or like Rose, Rosary, Rosalind. Like it's definitely like a rose in the name.
Yeah, I have like a distant cousin named Rosalind.
Okay, and she's still with us or she's passed?
No, she's still with us, but I
Okay,
think her mom passed of like in the last year maybe, but I don't know
Okay.
what she passed of.
If you could just double check, because like I say, as long as they have a family linked to you, they can still technically piggyback in, especially if she knows it might be one of the only messages. And you have a bright blue around you, hon, which means you're actually a very intuitive person yourself. So you're open to connecting with them and getting messages from them. So she knows it's almost like we go, oh, they can give them to you, knowing they'll pass them on, but we're getting the name like the Rosalind kind of thing, and your friend's name. I'd go, oh, I think they're more piggybacking messages through you as a way to say hi, because it definitely, that one, like I said, check with her if she had trouble in the brain or she was having issues like making sentences before she died, if you could, with your cousin, because I go, it's definitely trying to say hi, but it's giving me that name, which means the lady would be connected to her or linked through her.
Okay.
No, that one's your grandmom. No, when I come back to your grandmom, I know it's weird, it's almost like how do I word this? For a while before she got really sick, she's sort of functioning on like, this lung's half, like this one's not even working properly for a while, but it's fine, I'm just going to keep going, because she's very stubborn and didn't want to quit smoking. She's very, very sad about that, because it's almost like I've got to pull her back or I've got to stop her smoking. And then she shows me the other lungs start shutting off. Now, I know this is going to sound a little graphic. Her lungs either started calcifying or they started almost like solidifying, because it's almost like I can breathe less and less and less and less, and then I pass.
She never smoked though, my grandma.
It's weird.
But my
though,
grandfather was a big smoker and he smoked in the house.
Oh, that would be, I still think that smoking would have affected her then. I still think his smoking affected, because it's definitely, she showed sort of like the lung patterns of where it's shutting down. Because I go, she
was hooked on like a oxygen tank for the.
Oh, that's her. That's definitely the one. Because I still have to say there, if she wasn't the smoker and she shows me the smoking, it definitely means your grandfather's secondhand smoke was either the culprit or the cause of the emphysema. Because it's almost like I'm going to go, oh, I can smell the smoke. And then she taps it to the lungs, which means that's part of the reason, or that was part of the trigger for that. Okay.
I love her.
Oh, I love her. She's such a sweetheart. But the thing is as well, I know this is weird. Did you two have matching teddy bears or like matching like stuffed toys? Because it's almost like I go, I've got mine and you've got yours, but I want your one after you die because I want to put them back together.
I don't think so. Like like when you say that, the only thing that comes to mind is that I got her jewelry box and it was so old that it fell apart and I've never yet put it back together.
No, this would be a different one, because they're showing me when my sister passed, I got a painting back from her that I'd painted for her. It's almost like I go, oh, I'd given this to you, then it comes back to me. It's almost like she's happy about something you gave her being returned back to you.
What was
because she's very happy that you kept her special stuff. And I know
like I have some old letters that she wrote to like her mom. Those I got her recipe books.
Yes, because that she's all happy about. It still feels like something though you would have gifted her at one point, and then you get it back after she died, because she's very happy about that. Because they're definitely showing me the painting, so I definitely would go. They reference for me so that I know what I'm seeing, and it's definitely like I'm giving this to you, then I'm taking it back after you pass as a memento or reminder. But it would be a matching set, or there's two of them I'm putting back together. Okay, don't worry about it. If you can, just keep track, but double check in the family then that somebody else hasn't done that, because there's definitely something. But to me, it would be, I don't think it's a pillow. It feels squishy and soft when I'm touching it, but it doesn't feel like a pillow. But it's just their way to let you know that they are She's watching over everything. Because I love your grandma. She definitely was not a selfish lady, because she's got this thing. She would want her stuff to be shared with you guys. She's like, I would want you to keep my rings. I want you to have the jewelry box. Because there's the side of the jewelry box that popped off where she starts laughing about it. Because I can just put it back on, but if I don't touch it, it doesn't fall off. Because she loves it, and she's just heart tapping, because that would be special. Because you always played with the jewelry with her, and she likes that you have it. But what's the thing? You took the jewelry box, but only half of the jewelry.
I didn't get any of the jewelry. Like, I just got the box.
Because it's almost like this should be half that was earmarked for you, or half that will eventually end up with you, but then the other half gets spread around the family or put out into the family.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
Because
just
there
got the
should
box.
be 2 that are going to be yours, or 2 rings that end up back with you, because she's very, very happy that you get to keep the rings.
I'm not sure.
Nope, she seems very, no, she's very blunt. But that's what I like about you, because I'm gonna have to trust your grandmom on this one, and then, like I said, baby, double check after if some of the stuff makes sense, because she seems one of those very clear, what you see is what you get personalities. And I go, oh no, if she's showing me there's a thing like, oh, half of that should be yours, is coming back, it means she's working on that for you, or she's arranging it, because she gives a heart tap. And I know this sounds really weird, but it's almost like you only got the jewelry box because nobody else wants the jewelry box, kind of thing. Because she's laughing about it, because she goes, no, I know. She goes, don't worry, I'm going to get you the rings to go with it, because you were sad you never got to keep the ring. She's very blunt about that. And I go, she's working on it. Don't worry. She's going to make sure you get it. Okay. Now she said, no, she's good. So she's giving a kiss back down, which means she just passed on the messages she wants to let you know about. Okay.
My uncle's not here.
Your uncle was the one with all the cancer, though.
No.
I still think we have another 2 waiting. That's why I think we have different bloodlines mixing. Okay. Because this guy would have been a quick crash. This is an impact or a quick death. This is a quick passing pattern, because we got to go straight away and gone.
Yeah.
But then there's the cancer. Yeah. I still think there's 2 together. So your uncle had the impact or the crash then?
He was murdered.
Oh, okay. That would be him. That'd be him. But there would have been a trauma to the head or a trauma to the head area.
Yeah. Possibly.
I know this is weird. Do you understand him getting hit twice or shot twice or something? Because he does a double impact before his death.
I don't know if he got shot twice. I know he did get shot.
Okay, if you can just double check, because he shows me double impact or double patterns. When he's showing me that, it means his spirit would have already been stepping out of the body, because they would have known he wouldn't have survived, or the body would not have survived. So he wouldn't have actually gone through the trauma of the impact or the murder itself, like the gunshot. Because we go, oh no, his soul would have already been stepping out, which means he would have been safely there. But did you lose another uncle or a guy that would have been connected to him that would have had cancer? Because I go, it's all over the body system before he dies. Oh, that helps me. Where would Jeff or Jeffrey be connected to you?
It doesn't. I don't know any Jeffrey or Jeff.
Okay. No, you guys have been very specific with the other names. I'm going to have to trust him on this one. Yeah. No, let's just stay with the uncle, though. Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. I don't care. I still think that, but maybe that's why he's hesitant. Okay. Okay. Because I'm sorry, hon, his murder has either not been solved or the person was not brought to justice correctly.
Possibly. We don't know if the person that was charged for it was really the one that did it.
Oh, that would make sense why there's a hesitation, or there's a thing that it's sort of not brought up. And I'm sorry, but that would have been the ones with drug issues around it, or the person had the drug issues who was around the murder.
Yeah.
Because he's very blunt about it. He shows me a dark blue. If he's showing me a dark blue, it means there's still a lot of issue in the family around his death, or there's still a lot of, brings up a lot for people very quickly if you bring him up or people reference his death. Mm-hmm. But what was the thing? Somebody tried to peg it on him that he was selling drugs or he was involved in drugs as well. Because he's doing that almost like it wasn't as bad as people thought, or it wasn't what people thought it was when he died.
Yeah, we think he was also involved in it.
Because he's like, he shows me like a connection to the people, but I don't feel like he's selling or he's not as connected in such a way. Because he gives me the feeling of like it's not the same thing or it's not like as extreme. But when he shows it to me, he does do a click, which means he would have passed very quickly. So he wants to let you know he did not suffer and he's at peace on the other side. Okay.
Thank you so much.
No, he's good. He's giving a heart tap. All right, perfect. So thank you so much, hon.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, so I am going to end it there tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. We're coming up on, I only planned for 2 hours and we're coming up on 2.5 here. So if you did not get in, I do apologize. But like I said, I tried to cover as many as possible. I am hopefully going to try and make these monthly. So if you're still there, please know that you can have the opportunity next month as well, or after if I keep going. But also, if you want a copy of it, please make sure that you do send it. But I am going to upload the video onto Facebook. So if for any reason you don't want your section put in, or if you feel that it's not okay, just let me know and I'll try edit it out. But the video will be going up tomorrow, or you can email me and I can send you the link. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful evening and may the universe send its blessings to you. Thank you so much. Good night. Oh, and I'm just going to look at the chat here quick before I hang up. All right. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.